And hello, Internet. Welcome to Land Beyond the Mist. I believe that we are on session number 45. Only five away from the big 5-0. Very exciting. I am getting warmer. It has been a warm day here, and it is not cooling down. I might have to go turn the AC on at some point during the stream. But otherwise, excited to come play. Why don't we go around the table, introduce our characters and ourselves, and we will get gameplay started. Just going in the order of cameras as I see them. Horo, why don't you take us away?
Hey guys, Oro here playing Norbert the Wall. Looking to get beat up again. Hopefully not as bad as last time, because I did not appreciate that, but yeah, let's see how it goes.
All right. Well, welcome back. Good to see you. Why don't we go to our next player, Soul Crusher? How does it feel going three in a row?
I love to be here. I don't know about the people watching this. They're probably getting tired of me by about now, but I'm having a great time.
Good.
Hopefully, everybody else is too. Bringing Randall back out into the mist, he smells kind of off after the last game. There was like he was under some kind of weird rot ability or something for a while. So he's all burnt. He's all messed up this week. It's been a long week.
Been a long week. All right. Well, I can understand long weeks. Those we are fluent in those around here. Next up, why don't we turn over to Shadow?
Hey everybody, I'll be Shadow here. I'll be playing Fizzle Spark McAwesome Sauce, the plucky gnome with a heart of gold, dual monocles, and today sporting a beautiful, amazing yellow dress with some white billowy sleeves. He's looking stylish and confident as always.
Stylish and confident. That's what we like to hear. Excellent. Last but not least, let's send it over to Garrett.
Hello, I'm Garrett. I'm playing Solomon Tebow, the divination wizard. He is still seeking the holy relic from his people, and just kind of growing his abilities. And now he has a new mission of finishing up the spell book. And actually, I'm about 300 gold away from that, so that's fun.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. Well, with our party introduced, you have been brought together under the ordinances of Randall, I believe. You've selected a mission from the board. Speaking of a local knight that was assassinated on the road to Timbervale, and you are promised 100 gold pieces for hunting down the knaves and disposing of them that undertook this plot. So I will turn it over to you and the rest of the party in the middle of town or the tavern here in Rhymeview. You have your mission from the board. Are there any preparations or things that you'd like to take care of here in town before moving on? Or are you ready to begin your adventures?
Yeah, I need to go hit up the Cold Iron Company to ask them a couple questions about feats. I have two, but I may want more.
All right, very nice. You make your way to the Cold Iron Company, the once abandoned fort on the eastern gate of the city, now the training grounds for the Cold Iron's men and their own little barracks. You'll find William Grimes hanging out, kind of on the fringes of a training site, as he usually is, ready to make deals with the rest of Rhymeview, the kind of corporate front of the company. You have more than 90 plus reputation with the Cold Iron Company.
I think I have exactly 90 reputation with the Cold Iron Company.
You have earned the champion title with the Cold Iron Company, accessing their capstone ability and the guild feat trainers. As you speak with William Grimes, he will make note that it takes some time of training. You will have to work with one of their many trainers. What is the feat that you would like to train for?
I would like to train at the tough feat.
toughness. Toughness is definitely available. He says that the price for the trainer's time is going to run you 300 gold pieces for a feat.
Oh, absolutely, all day. Here
All
you are, sir.
right. You hand over 300 gold pieces to William Grimes, and he like kind of sends a whistle out through the training grounds, and you see the kind of master instructor make his way over from the many Cold Iron Company members that he was drilling the basics on. William Grimes introduced you. This man is known as Master Brian, a common name, but a strong name. And he is going to be your teacher in toughness. He quickly takes you off and begins to strengthen your body. You spend time doing large amounts of cardio, running through the city streets at night with large bags full of lead weights and marbles and whatever else he can stuff in there to make your going heavier. He has you hold positions like a plank and a like push up position for as long as you physically can before falling over. He makes you sit under like a manufactured waterfall. He does all the cliche training that you can think of. And at the end of your kind of like weeks of training, you are toughened up and granted the toughness feat.
Excellent. He like finishes running back into the tavern to like Rocky music.
Yeah.
And he's like, ah! Everyone's like, where the fuck have you been all week, bro?
Yes. The Rocky montage comes to an end, and Randall is noticeably more tough than he was before. His muscles bulge even bigger. And yeah, you are ready to rumble.
Oh,
I think
Wild.
you hear Fizzle Spark call over to you from the other side of the tavern. Be like, Meat Shield! Come on over, have a drink, I'm buying. You sleep for it. And I'm probably sitting next to Horo, or sitting next to Norbert at the bar, as I'm also buying him a beer, because, they took down the Corrid last week. They've been hunting me for a while.
it was it was definitely a fight. There was a lot of breakdancing involved, mostly me breaking my bones and a very small bit of dancing.
Well, we softened him up for you, but you did the job right.
I was gonna say I was looking forward to speaking to him, but unfortunately he met not a person to talk to, apparently.
No, he doesn't talk a lot. Just
But I
throws-
heard
throws
stories
beer
of
around.
the legendary boogie that Randall did to kill him.
Is
So
Solomon
in
in
the-
the tavern right now?
Excuse me?
What's that?
I'm trying to intro you into the caveman. Is
Oh.
Solomon in the tavern
Oh.
right now?
Yeah, he's here, hanging out.
I'll wave you over. Come on, I'll buy you a drink too. I don't know why,
Totally.
but I'm buying everybody a drink today. And I will slap a couple gold pieces on the counter.
All right. You slap a couple gold pieces down. A round of ales are brought your way, frothy and golden.
So, Randall, tell me about this
Yeah.
job.
You would think after killing so many things in the wilderness out here, we killed the giant mobile bush that murdered people before. We've killed hobgoblins, some kind of weird sorcerer lady who definitely was not an innocent bystander that was just randomly murdered for no reason. TM, as well as I think the undead problem's gone. You'd think it was Egrid. Then there was a Corrid King, and we took care of that. And now apparently somebody just thinks they can just murder people on the road. So someone has to take care of it. And I like this road. I've walked on it at least
Right.
8 times.
It is our road. Only we get to murder people on that road.
Yeah,
We need to lay claim to it. We can't let this stand.
what he said.
I was gonna say, like, imagine staying at your home with your minions and like somebody just busting in and then killing you. It's like, we could never, right?
Right. Oh. Who's offered this job? Where should we go? Who should we talk to?
The job will come from the Cold Iron Company. It has been posted with them. A local knight has been slain upon the road. The knight belonging to the royal court of Rhymeview. And the knights, the royal court is looking for retribution. They have hired the Cold Iron Company, who has turned and offered it as a general posting for any member that would like to try and bring down the dastardly people that would slay a knight.
Shall we speak to Grimes to get a heads up where to start looking?
Well, I think Lady Thunderdelver is the one who normally is the head of security in the area, so maybe we should speak with her.
I want to speak to Grimes regarding his weapon stock as well.
Yeah, we can go talk to him in a second.
All right. All right. Rocky music feels back in as Randall runs back to his training grounds. This time with the three of you in tow, as you seek out Lady Thunderdelver, who we have not seen for a long time, but she is indeed the head of the kind of security in this area. She is in charge of the city watch, and by proxy, kind of the safety of all of Rhymeview. As you approach, she's in like conference with a number of like smaller ranking delegates of the Cold Iron Company, some with the local crest of Rhymeview, and you are like kind of bid to wait for this little parley to end, eventually breaking off, and the lady herself strides over with long, confident steps, kind of pulls up to her full height in front of you, towering over even Randall, and she looks to the four of you and says, "You're waiting for me. What can I do?"
I think she comes over and Randall's like leaned against something, like flexing really hard, like trying to look casual about it. He's like, "Oh, yeah, definitely. Heard some jerk on the road murdered a knight or something."
She looks at your flex, and instead of being impressed or interested, she instead subtly flexes herself, her own muscles bulging as large as she can make them. She says, "Oh yes, sir, we've had a few of those around these parts. Some dastardly ne'er-do-wells have taken down a local knight of Rhymeview." She like pulls a bramble out of her pocket. And a patch of the Midnight Consortium. She hands them to you. She says, "This is what was recovered from the area. Our scouts suggest that this bramble does not come from the local woods around the road. It must come from a deeper part of the forest further in. And this tells you, well, what the mission was for our ne'er-do-wells. This was no simple robbery gone wrong." As she points to the patch of the Midnight Consortium.
Well, we could
Do you
definitely hunt these guys down.
Do you mind if I take possession of this patch? Might come in useful to our magics.
Of course, it's yours. You're hunting them down. Use what you must.
Appreciate it.
She hands like you the badge and the bramble, just like slaps it in your hand.
Thank you. As Norbert kind of takes the bramble and the badge, and he has his shield in his hands, and even though he's acting normally around her, to her, because she's the opposite sex, and that's what my shield does, it looks bloody awkward, and he probably trips and completely confuses her beyond belief.
She takes notice of you actually for the first time and kind of gives you the. Maybe looks back to Randall like, this flexing thing's not so bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's like, she like looks away and looks back, and he's in a different pose now, the other way, like leaning against something. Like, oh man, it's been such a great day today so far.
Norbert is the ultimate wingman. Like, there's nothing like as bad as Norbert with his shield. So, like,
the sun is about this big here. Oh.
Do you think they went that way?
Point me in the direction they went.
Lady Thunderdelver's like, that way. She points towards Timbervale.
That's funny.
Excellent. Well, thank you for the help. We're gonna go bug Grimes about the armory for a little bit.
Ah, good. He needs a good bugging. He's always so uptight. Thinks he's
Yeah, he told me
Yeah.
the story about a giant and a sword and the giant's ass once, and it was very interesting.
Oh,
he's
God,
full
no.
of entertaining stories like that. It's very, it's why we keep him around. To be honest, the entertainment value.
I thought he was just some kind of like hidden sword master or something. He's actually like the best around or something next to you, but I
I
guess
highly
not.
doubt
Poor guy.
it.
Well, thank you. It's like awkward flexing away.
you walk away with every muscle in your body as tense as can be.
So you flex your hind legs, right? As
Yeah.
You walk about.
He's like
Walk back.
flexing his back and his legs as he walks away. Like,
all right. You walk away with a little more knowledge than you had before. The bramble in your hand, as you inspect it, does indeed look fairly unfresh. It looks almost dried out, as if it had fallen or been picked from the forest floor and kind of like carried with them for some distance. In this time of year, the forest in and around Timbervale, and especially the like kind of Rhineview forest, tends to be green and verdant. It makes you think that this either has come from a different forest entirely, with a drier climate, or perhaps has been hidden away somewhere where the moisture couldn't get to it, blown into perhaps a home or an attic or a cave, some kind of thing that would protect it from the weather.
Okay. The reason I decided to get these belongings, especially the badge of the Midnight Consortium, is because I have access to scrying, right?
Mm-hmm.
I know we don't really know the name of the person or anything along those lines, but we know he's an assassin from Midnight Consortium that did this deed, and we have a possession of his, or at least assume it's his possession.
Mm-hmm.
Would the spell allow me at least a chance to look into his location?
Sure thing. You pull out your orb of dragonkind after you walk away from Lady Thunderdelver. You begin to ponder thine orb, and you spend one of its charges to cast your spell Scry. You try to scry upon the owner of this badge. And as you do so, your mind is cast far from Rhymeview across the forest floor, where you see a running stream trickling down through the forest. And as you follow it to its origin, you find a small cave that, sure enough, is higher than your standard elevation. You can tell that it is built into a hill or some kind of rocky outcropping. And as you look at the cave entrance, you see, in fact, the kind of dried out brambles, similar to the one that you hold in your hand.
Perfect. So if we know the lay of the land, we could potentially find the stream, follow it upstream
Mhm.
until we find the location. I'll relay the info I've gathered to the party.
Okay.
Thank you. Is any of the wizards jealous of my orb pondering? Because that's a very wizard thing to do.
No, Fizzle Spark knows you're just posturing. He's
Touche.
as for walking towards Grimes, Fizzle Spark will walk over to Solomon and be like, I don't understand all this flexing. If I lift my dress up and show my calf to Grimes, will he give us a better price?
I think he'll actually pay you to stay away if that's what you're doing there.
Maybe I should stand at the back of this. Continue.
I think we should. Yeah, let the muscle stay ahead.
Look, it's a weird baiting ritual from my tribe. You know, you gotta attract the muscular, tall women by showing them that you're also tall and muscular, but not as tall or muscular. It's a it's a subtle flex, as they call it.
It's a push and pull as it is.
Wait,
I
are
must
the
have
women
been
supposed to be more muscular than you?
Yeah, it's going great right now. She's way more muscular than me.
Hey, Fizzle, why are we bringing him instead of the women?
I don't know. He's
I
the
mean,
king
makes
of the
good
arena.
point.
He deserves to be.
Fair,
Have you
fair.
done Blaster Master mode? I have not. Don't worry, Randall. I'm wearing undergarments under the stress. We can still engage in Blaster Master mode.
Oh, I was gonna ask you, why are you wearing a dress? Aren't you a man? Or well, a hobbit, whatever you are.
It's
Whoa,
light.
it's at least like
I am not a hobbit.
238 BC, okay?
Across the face after jumping because he's really tall. It's a light dress. It's hairy. It protects me.
Man,
Man,
I'll scratch my head, look at my shield, and like, I never realized Shadow was Fizzle Spark was Anyways,
brings out my eyes.
okay.
point.
Good
I
point.
take off my monocle so that he can see.
Both of your monocles.
Yes. And then I put them back on and we continue.
What if that's the religious garment of the Squirrel King and you're insulting his religion right now? You're gonna feel really foolish about this later. I'm telling you, Horo, or whoever you are today.
I don't know. I've heard stories like some spider lady made them, like she pooped them out. So I'm not very keen on that.
I mean, I think that is where like spider silk come from, right? Their butt.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's still poop.
This walk to the Cold Iron Company. We started here and we're still walking to Grimes. It's taking forever. Where are you leading us?
Grimes is like walking
I'm
away
just
from
being
us the
very
whole
entertained
time.
by your banter. I'm sorry. William Grimes is awaiting in his usual spot across from the trainees of the Cold Iron Company, manning his little shop, his table full of gizmos and potions and little weapons of war. He cracks his knuckles at your approach and smiles. Says, welcome to the Cold Iron Company's shop here. I had a name for it, but I've forgotten it entirely. Oh, what can I do for the four?
Well, to start off with, did you get any new hammers in store? You know,
Good question. Go ahead and roll me d20 plus your reputation modifier with the Cold Iron Company.
could be worse.
You know, as a matter of fact, we did. And he takes his keys out and says, follow me down. I'm sure we can find you something that you would enjoy. And he begins to march his way through the small tower of this fortification, this old fort that they have claimed as their own, down past the men eating their gruel and the kind of lower quarters, and down into what would have been a dungeon in the past, but is now the place where the Cold Iron Company keeps their inventory. He walks to a familiar door with an old brass key, and as he unlocks it, you see inside a dungeon cell that is littered with exotic arms and armors. As you begin making your way through, he does indeed find a small set of hammers in like a brand new crate. They seem to have been imported in from somewhere in the Shrouded Coast, as they bear kind of a local imperial seal. And as he begins pulling them out, you see three different hammers, each of them in like escalating size as they come out of this large crate. The first is made of a big, heavy, almost like boulder hewn to the edge of the like oaken staff. It is not shaped, and it is a almost like pale white stone. And as he hands it to you, he says, "This one here is an ogre staff. found one of these, or at least a different member of our charter did. We were going to sell it to the Whitewater people, but if we can make a price sale here, I'm sure we can make it happen. You can see the stone itself is quite oversized, meant for a particularly strong individual. I am sure that you have the strength to wield it. Looking at all of the accoutrement in your backpack that's bulging over and the barrel on your back, I am sure that you will be perfectly acclimated to its strange swing. The stone itself is of an unknown source from somewhere here in the Shrouded coast. It seems to be quite hard, durable. This is our first offering for you. The second thing that he pulls out is a shiny hammer made of what can only be described as a shiny, like blue-green metal that you instantly peg as a mithril. He says, "This one we did some work for the dwarves down underneath the forge to the east. They paid us not with a golden coin, but with this here hammer. Again, we were going to sell it off to the Whitewater merchants, but if coin can be found here and use for it amongst our members of the guild, all the better. This is lighter than you would expect given its size. Benefit of the shiny material that has been granted." And the final thing that he pulls out is a large hammer that instead of a head has a large molar on it. And he says, "This here is the molar of a very large creature that has been slain recently to the far north. I believe we call them a Remharaz. They have a very sharp set of teeth, but little known, the teeth in the back are quite durable and heavy." And he kind of hefts this up and down a little bit. "This here should be quite interesting for whoever wields it."
Boulder. I like that one.
You like the one with the molar?
No, with the boulder.
Oh, with the boulder, the ogre staff, the hewn stone. Excellent. He hefts it for but a moment, and he tells you this here will run you 100 gold pieces.
Done and done. Wait. You're a smart fellow, right?
Indeed.
You interact with them Arcanium fellows?
Not often.
Which one do you reckon they could make stronger?
Hmm.
With their, tiny magics and whatnot?
Good question. He kind of hefts a couple of them together. He says, "The mithril is a fine metal. It is known for holding the enchantments of the dwarves. I'm sure that it would do you well. A Remoraz molar may already hold some magic in it. I am unsure if it would hold more magic or not. And the stone, well, an ogre wielded it. It could just be a large stone. It could hold magic. It's of some variety I've never seen before. I would say 50-50.
How much for all three? Can I get a discount?
Maybe. You might have enough reputation. But none beyond that. He says, yes, of course. You would have your standard 5% discount on guild shop items.
Damn it.
But he says for all three, that's going to be 100 for the club. That's going to be 150 gold pieces for the molar, and it's going to be 200 gold pieces for the mithril hammer.
So 450 in total.
Yes.
You know what? I'm done using a sword. Swords are for pussies, man. Let's do it.
All right, you drop 450 gold pieces minus 5% for your discount, and you are gifted all three of these mighty hammers. Each of them a little bit different in size and weight.
Now that I possess all three of them, does the Remor Haze one do anything in particular?
Indeed. While you hold the Remorhaze hammer, you are resistant to fire damage.
Oh. And the ogre staff, I'm guessing, is just a big stone.
It is
It's
a
a
giant
boulder.
boulder.
Yeah. All right. All three of them act as a warhammer, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Beautiful. Thank you. All right. I'll look towards Randall and I'm like holding three like warhammers in my hand. What? Huh? Told you I'm gonna find something.
You found a lot of something. I mean, maybe you could talk to the merchants about getting them all strapped together, and then you can have one mega weapon.
Imagine if I tie the handles together and I use them as a boa. Oh my goodness, bro.
Flail. A three-headed flail.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! I heard there were snails that had those.
All right. Well, I guess I want to speak to Nyx now, but I don't know. I have
Yeah,
three
you
hammers.
Solomon, is this what it's like to have money? I never had money.
Look,
I wouldn't
man.
know.
Every time I get money, I wind up spending lots of money on stuff. I think I've spent like almost 3,000 gold altogether now. Look, this breastplate was just 1,000. And it's really nice though. Like, look at how good it. Like, look at the light. Like, I like shine the light off of my mithril breastplate into your eye.
You see a small tear come from underneath the monocle. 1,000 gold pieces for a breastplate.
Imagine how many spells we could learn with that money.
I know.
Norbert looks at his plate mail. He understands what's going on, and he's gonna stay quiet.
The party wakes up, or in the middle of the night, the gnomes are melting down mithril breastplates.
Look faster,
No.
look faster.
We'll just turn it into coins. No one will
Alright,
ever
well,
notice.
it sounds like we're heading over to the Arcanium Council so that we may speak with Nyx. Alright. The party makes their way back from the edge of Rhymeview into the center of town where the large tower of the Arcanium Council rises over the residential district. You step inside to the kind of library center, a shop positioned around the central staircase leading up into the higher ramparts of the tower. And there is the smiling Rose Nyx, welcoming you all in to the Arcanium Council. You step forward with three mighty hammers and lay them down in front of her. She says, "Oh, are we looking for enchantments today?"
Perhaps.
Okay. Well, what can we do for you?
I am looking for a particular enchantment. I spoke to you about it a couple weeks ago, and hopefully one of them can be enchanted for that.
Yes, remind me what you spoke to me about a couple of weeks ago. My memory for customer requests comes and goes.
I see I stay in your mind even when I'm not here. Okay.
That is one way to interpret what I said, yes.
Definitely, especially because you didn't forget what I wanted. I wanted a weapon of warning.
Weapon of warning.
It's an uncommon enchantment. Hopefully one of them can hold it.
She nods her head, begins to inspect your weapons. She says, "It would be easiest to place it upon this one," as she selects the mithril hammer. Though I do suppose this stone could hold it. It is quite an interesting piece of work here. It looks like just a big boulder, but it has been hewn from something. This material seems to react to my magical probings as well. I feel like there could be an enchantment placed upon this as well.
Cool. And listen, we run in a lot into problems, right? I have to be able not to only be warned by this weapon, but I need to for it to dish out some damage as well. Could it potentially hold a +1 or 2 enchantment as well?
She looks at the mithril weapon. She says, "That seems to be your best bet for holding an additional enhancement. I think we could easily make this a +1 weapon with some with some warning to it. Absolutely.
And how much are you gonna rip me off for?
Oh, well, I assure you, we rip no one off here. Everyone pays exactly the price they were meant to. She says for 2 uncommon enchantments. No, 1 common and 1 uncommon enchantment. That is going to run you 250 gold pieces.
Done and done. That's exactly my goal, and I can't even afford food anymore.
Perfect. Exactly as an adventurer should be, you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
Heavy on gear and light on rations. She takes back your weapons and she brings them to the back where you see some enchanters called forward. The mithril hammer is surrounded by arcane sigils. Precious stones are ground up as part of their rituals. And they begin to undergo the kind of like hour-long process of imbibing this weapon with magic. Eventually, they hammer in some of the like precious stones and spices and incense that they have had pulled out for the ritual, putting glyphs upon the metal itself before eventually handing back to you your enchanted mithril hammer. It will operate both as a weapon of warning. The magic weapon will warn you of danger while it is on your person. You have advantage on initiative rolls. In addition, you and your companions within 30 feet of you can't be surprised except when incapacitated by something other than non-magical sleep. And it also will have the +1 property to it.
Amazing.
Nice.
Thank you.
All right.
Tell me, Nix, you enchant an arcane focus.
Some of them, yes.
Does it have to be a particularly powerful item to be
It
able to
helps.
enchant it?
Or particularly rare or valuable. It turns out that there's this weird thing in the game where like the more valuable an item is, the better it holds magic.
Goodness. Interesting. What if you took an item that I had and turned it into an arcane?
Mm.
I have a pearl of power here.
Oh yeah, you bought
Could this
that from
be
us.
turned? Yes, I know. It's very pretty and large and purple. I love it.
I like it. It's a good choice.
If I turn this into an arcane focus, could I enchant it to make it stronger? Or would that destroy its properties?
Mm. Those are specially crafted magic items here. We don't really leave a lot of space for enchanting upon them, unfortunately. Perhaps if you found a natural spellstone somewhere in the world, that might have more of the chaff, so to speak, for magical enhancement.
Hey, Fizzlespark.
Yes?
I'll hand over you the Warhammer stone, and I'm gonna be like, I believe this might hold it. It's a staff after all.
It hits the ground really fast. No, I don't think I can cast spells.
This little gnome with the ogre's staff and a giant like boulder on top of it. It's like
I don't have a gemstone, but I like pull out a silver shiv, and I was like, I killed a were rat with this once. Do you think this could hold an enchantment for him?
She nods her head. Silvered weapons are often known to be enchantable. The coating we use on them is particularly good at holding a minor enchantment.
Here you go, Fizzle Sparks. Give it a shot. It's like a broken off. I think it was like a broken off piece of a chandelier, perhaps we got from Dexter's lab.
It's a part of his lab. It's a broken piece of a silver. I think it was either a chandelier or a vase. I think it might have been a vase.
A vase, yeah.
Yeah. That's just like covered in like the rusty red blood of a were rat with sharp edges on either side.
You can turn this into an arcane focus.
She looks at it for a moment and says, I'm uncertain if that could be your arcane focus or not. How good are you with improvised spell work?
I'm better at creating rituals. I'll have to tell you that.
Spell focus, probably not. Though it is silver. We could probably make it a +1 dagger.
That is fine. I don't stab things.
Fiddlespark,
Understandable.
hear me out, bro. You don't have to use the Warhammer. It can just be your focus, right? Would look cool as hell as well. Like a wizard swinging a Warhammer, right?
You said like a boulder on a stick. How big is the boulder?
The stick
I just need to
is
know.
like you're looking at a gnome, right? You're looking at like a 3 foot tall person. The oaken staff itself is like twice his height, and it bears a large boulder on the side of it, or like kind of tied to it with ropes and just an ogre's ingenuity. The boulder itself is at least as big as Fizzlespark is, if not a bit larger. So you're looking at a staff twice his size with like something bigger than him strapped on top.
Imagine how scary that would look like when you mirror image.
Yes.
Literally every fight someone enters with you, they start hearing Dark Souls boss music.
Fizzlespark will give up on trying to get an enchanted arcane focus. Doesn't seem like he has the item to be able to do it. He will go to the library instead and allow the rest of the party to do anything else they need here at the council before we move forward.
All right.
Rose, you wouldn't happen to know any particular good enchantments for like mithril breastplates? Like take off my breastplate and like set it on the counter.
Most people like enchantments of protection. They seem quite popular.
I could do a couple of those probably.
Oh. Well, it is mithril. We could probably hold up to 2 slots for you. Do you wish for 2 enchantments of protection?
Um, we'll do like one enchantment of protection, and then I'll think really hard about the second thing that I want in there.
All right. She takes it away from you. And then like comes back and says that'll be 100 gold pieces.
Oh, of course.
All right. She counts out your money and then takes it to the same enchanters who do a very similar ritual, grinding up valuable dusts and incense. And after about an hour, they imprint some of that in a like sigil inside the breastplate and bring it back to you, stronger than it was before. It is now a +1 mithril breastplate.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
I have another question for Nix as well regarding enchantment.
Yes.
I have a barrel of highest quality. Could you make this into interdimensional space?
Oh no, that is beyond our simple enhancement ability. Extra dimensional spaces are quite tricky and very rarely worth the time.
Understood. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Oh wait, Randall, don't you want to be able to swim with your breastplate? Maybe that's the second enchantment you could put on or something.
I was thinking about it. I think we're like walking away as he's like walking towards the library, forgetting to ask to have his library card punched for the 80th time. I think there's like just the tiny little bit left, like it's all been punched out. And he's like, I think there are rings for that are just like better. It's like, maybe I'll do, I've been thinking about getting a like a blinding, some of those guys have the billowing cloaks. I want that, but I want it to be as shiny as possible for my mithril plate. Some people might say that it's a waste of an enchantment slot, but God, I want to look good in it. It was 1,000 gold pieces, man.
So you want like 10 light stones in there, just shining light at all times.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right. Shadow, you were getting something from the library?
I want to get a book on curses, Greg. Something that
curses. All right.
Yeah, I'm looking for something that tells me like what sustains a curse, especially cursed items. Maybe find out what happens to that power.
And you have access to the restricted library, yes?
I do. I have 50 rep council. I think that's
it takes you a moment to realize that you're not finding what you're looking for amongst the general library. You go back to Rose, who will peruse her way through the restricted library with you, kind of pulling out a few books from the shelves and offering them to you to potentially check out or to peruse yourself. Each of them from different types of spellcasters on the nature of curses. There's a book on curses from the perspective of a priest, from a warlock, from a sorcerer, and a wizard.
Hmm. I want the one from perspective from a wizard.
All right. You get the largest tome of them all. It is academic in nature, filled with bibliographies of sources and things that he's referenced. And you have a very thick tome on the nature of curses. When you check this out, you will have advantage on any history, intelligence, or similar check related to the origin or nature of curses, as long as you have the opportunity to consult the book in your before making the check.
Understood.
All right. With your business at the Rhymeview Arcanium Council completed, you make your way back into the city of Rhymeview. Are you done making preparations, or is there something else you'd like to take care of before heading out on your adventure today?
I think Solomon wanted to head to the Whitewater Merchants, and then we were going to buy supplies there and go.
Okay. You head to the merchants. Is there anything particular you're looking for, or what are you doing at the Whitewater Merchant Society?
Well, it would be more like we discussed earlier about selling my find somebody to sell my owlbear feather to, but we've already discussed that off.
Yeah, with
camera,
with
so.
enough reputation, the Whitewater
Yep.
Merchants League will like offer to basically like take the exotic item with them as they sail to places that will buy such exotic items. Essentially,
Okay.
you're trading them to the mainland. And so for alba feathers, it will be 2 gold pieces
Two gold.
per alba feather that you will sell. You try to sell like a snake pendant or charm, but magic item sales are a little bit different in this world.
Okay.
You don't find a proper buyer for it.
Sounds good.
Yeah. All right. You want to buy some rations and go, you said. So it sounds as if we are on to a travel phase of the game. The 4 of you are traveling where is your final destination here?
I look at Horo. It's like, you're the one who looked at it.
Well, it's next to Timbervale, right? I guess we head back quickly, just to Arcanium Council to look at the maps. We'll look at the maps like for springs in the area, and then what seems probably the most likely spring to me, I'll say we're going there.
Somewhere with higher elevation.
All right. One of the places that seem to fit what you're looking for is a small pond of a Fey ancestry or origin. It is north of Timbervale as it nears the kind of hilly region just beyond the forest proper that Timbervale logs. It is a few days north and east, or maybe it's not even a full few days. Yeah, it's more than a day's walk through the forest to the pond itself. And to the north of it are some hills and kind of foresty regions that for all intents and purposes, could well have the stream or small kind of riverbed that would feed upon such as this from the higher elevation. It seems to you probably the best of the like marked areas on the map to try to begin your investigation.
I'm gonna sneeze, sorry.
Okay, Hachu. We will call that this icon right here that I'm pinging on the map, about 5 hexes away from Rhymeview.
Yeah,
Does
looks
that
about-
sound like the destination you'd like to go to?
That's like 2 days journey away, 2 days back. another 1 or 2 for fucking around and finding out.
All
And
right.
yeah,
Excellent. So we know the destination that you are going to, and the route that you're going to take it straight as an arrow. That is going to be a 5 hex journey for the party. So what I'd like to know from you is what mode of travel will you be going on this expedition?
we can't really. What do you call it?
I think we
Caravan
should.
there, can we?
Yeah, I think we should go on foot. A caravan's probably going to be a little noticeable if we're trying to sneak up on a bunch of bandits or assassin.
All right.
But that gives them the opportunity to assassinate us, right?
Perhaps.
But joke's on them, they can't assassinate us.
Why?
Reasons. No, all good. We can walk, I guess.
Walking it is.
All right, walking it is. Walking or riding over land is free. You pay nothing, and it costs 4 hexes per day of travel. Excellent. Now that we know where you're going and how you're going there, I'd like for you to assign party travel roles. Who amongst you will be the guide, scout, provisioner, and lookout?
Randall will scout for dangers.
Randall will be
Or
our
terrain?
scout. Excellent.
Norbert will like the guide.
Norbert will be our guide.
Business Spark will be the lookout.
All right, that leaves the provisioner for you, Solomon. Yeah.
Solomon. Yep.
All right, perfect. So we will begin our travel phase with the provisioner. As you are getting prepared to leave town, it comes to you to make sure that your party has the provisions that it needs: food, water, necessary equipment, whatever. There are a number of ways for you to undergo or to make sure that your party has these items. Among them are foraging, magical providence, and the pack rat. How will you provide for your party on this mission?
Using the pack rat.
You will be a pack rat. Excellent. As the pack rat, you are able to buy food and water and anything else you need for the journey ahead of you. You go around to stand, making sure that you have the water skins, hardtack, and dried meats that you need for yourselves and your companions. These travel rations will cost you 1 gold piece per person and will weigh 7 pounds in total of food and water and whatever else for a day. So, how many rations will you be buying for your journey?
I don't think I'll do 5. 5 days.
5 days. Okay. So, at 1 gold per party member, at 5 days, is going to cost you 20 gold pieces, and is going to be 140 pounds.
Okay.
Is the party capable of carrying 140 pounds? Where is that going?
I think between the
can-
two muscle guys, they can probably
I can absolutely shove
hand.
everything in the barrel, yeah.
Everything goes in the barrel. Water skin upon water skin, dried nut meat, and hardtack bread is fed into the backpack that is the mighty barrel on your back.
I just figure Randall hold it like this.
Only when Lady
You want me to hold
Elder's
them?
around.
They're going to hold them in some of these.
All right. Perfect. You are sure that you are provisioned. You have 5 days of journeying under your belt, assuming nothing goes wrong. Excellent. That lets you make your way outside of Rhymeview. You're journeying the straight line north and east before heading over to the Fay Pond area. You pass through the farmlands and small villages on the outskirts of Rhymeview rather quickly, only taking you a couple of hours or so until you are traveling through the forest proper. High trees loom overhead, casting deep shadows over the kind of gnarled roots and small plants of the forest floor. As you crunch your way through them on this first day, we will turn ourselves over to excuse me, we will turn ourselves over to our scout, Randall. Randall, on this journey, we turn to the scout for finding the best paths for the party, making sure that they don't get lost or making sure that they avoid the pitfalls of the terrain. Please describe to me your efforts to scout out these pitfalls.
Randall, the last couple times he's been flying around and like scouting, and it's worked really well. For no reason at all, he's going to try something new. He's going to go running off into the bushes to like make sure there's no poison ivy, make sure there's no like fallen logs or any like bogs in front of us or anything weird going on.
Mm-hmm. All right. You go running ahead of the party to try to find what you may see. I think that sounds to me like pretty standard nature intelligence. You're going ahead of the party, but you're doing all the normal things, checking the trails, checking the tracks as you go. Go ahead and make me a nature intelligence check. Your base DC will be 12.
All right, and I do have advantage because I'm an outlander.
Excellent.
I just imagine Randall running into the bushes like yeah, full of ivy as he's scratching himself.
Don't go that way.
He's died. That was definitely poison ivy.
All right, that is a successful check. Randall, you and your party will not lose time on this journey as you find the best paths and avoiding the pitfalls of the terrain, maybe despite some itchiness on your own accord. Please take... Inspiration is the name of that mechanic. Please take inspiration if you do not already have it for your successful scouting.
Absolutely.
Excellent. The day continues onward through the forest. It is a particularly warm day. The sweat kind of begins to bead up on your brows as you are making your way through the forest. As noon approaches, we turn to our guide. Here, it is your responsibility to avoid or otherwise stave off the labors of the journey, preventing the exhaustion or difficulties that may come with a trek through the wilderness. So, Norbert, please describe to me how you avoid or stave off said labors.
Absolutely. So I do believe Norbert is from this area in particular, plus we went through a couple of maps. I would like to use his natural ability as a survivalist to essentially, as a person who knows the area as well, to make sure like, hey, let's not go this way, it's very hilly over here. Let's maybe make a small turn over here, save, walk 10 minutes longer, but it's gonna save us, like a lot of hassle of physical labor. And then just using his overall intelligence or his wisdom as a guide to do so, I guess.
All right, that sounds good to me. That sounds like a pretty standard survival wisdom check. The base DC for you is going to be 15 for your guidance. Please go ahead and roll me survival wisdom. This is an 18. As you are also a wanderer, you gain advantage. That is a success. You and your party have effectively staved off the labors of the journey. You will not take exhaustion or any other penalties on this journey. Please mark for me inspiration.
Sorry, if possible, I would like to give my inspiration straight away to Fizzlespark.
Okay, dokie. You will take inspiration and immediately pass it to Fizzlespark. You are inspired by the mighty guidance, the perfect pathing of the furball who knows these forests like the back of their hand. The afternoon comes quickly as you're heading ever forward northeast, pushing into the deepest parts of the forest. It is a long journey for you this day, and as the sun begins to kind of push its way behind the forest into the late afternoon, Fizzlespark, we turn to you as the lookout. Your job as it is, excuse me, my God. Your job under the forest is to make sure that the party is not ambushed by would-be dangers. The many adverse factions to Rhymeview and to your party that have taken up residence in the mist, or the monsters that roam the wilderness out here alone. Please describe to me your efforts to spot dangers on your.
I think Fizzle Spark will take his inspiration from Norbert, mostly because he's using Norbert's help, clambering up on his shoulders, getting up on top of a hill, climbing into a tree to get a better vantage point, and then he will cast Prestidigitation. What I would like to do, the second to last line, I'd like to create a non-magical trinket that lasts to the end of my turn. I want to create a piece of leather that has a loop on one end and a peg on the middle. And I want to take the monocles out of my eyes, put one in one end, one in the other end, wrap it up together, hold it up to my eye, and look through the monocles out. I only get 6 seconds. But I think he'll do it for a 90-degree arc, and the monocles pop out, cast it again, and do it again. And if it doesn't work, then I'll use an illusion to create a real spyglass and just close that eye and just look out the other.
All right, you prestidigitate yourself, a minor magical item, attempting to duplicate the effect of a spyglass. That sounds to me like a particularly interesting form of perception. Why don't we get a perception intelligence check?
Perception intelligence? That's fantastic. I will take... I'm proficient in perception, so that's going to be a d20 plus 6.
Wonderful.
I'm going to roll a nature intelligence because that's the right modifiers.
Okay, perfect.
And I didn't say I was using my inspiration, but I guess I didn't have to. I rolled a 17.
You didn't use it, but you are just fine. You successfully keep a lookout for your party. You and your party will not be ambushed or taken by surprise during your journey, as you have kept a sharp eye out for dangers along the way. Fizzle Spark, will you roll me a d6 for this afternoon?
I would love to, and I'll pass my inspiration back to Norbert.
Oh yes, and please mark inspiration, which you can then.
Do I mark it because I didn't use it because I already had it?
Oh, you did already have it.
Yeah, I should have declared it. That's my fault. So I'll pass it back to Norbert, and I'll suffer without it. But
okay,
I rolled a 2.
That sounds good to me. A 2 is a success. So on this late afternoon, as you are fiddling with your magic item, trying to look out upon the forest around you, in a brief 6-second interval as you scan the forest with your makeshift spyglass, you find amongst the wooded treeland a small campfire. It is not lit at the moment, but has clearly seen fire within the last 24 hours. And as you look near it, there seems to be a small tent and a number of camping supplies, big barrels full of food. There seems to be equipment, rope, and some climbing gear and a shovel, as well as some food stuffs in a crate nearby the tent. It seems to be a perfectly functioning campsite, but there is no sign of people there as you peer through your spyglass.
I will inform the party, clamber down from Norbert's shoulders, and say, "Seems too good to be true. Free food, free rope, free shovels. Something was here and now they're not. I smell an opportunity."
God, I love shovels.
Is there like a tent in there or something?
They need to wash next time you're in Ride. There's a stream nearby. We'll be fine. Shall we go take a look? Do we go cautiously? Do we run in there and scream really loud in the middle of the campfire and see if anybody wakes up and comes around from running?
Norbert is already halfway there.
All
He's
right.
going to get he's going to take my shovels. Let's go.
Okay, I ran behind Randall.
The party rushes behind Norbert through the forest floor. Eventually, you will break through the kind of trees into a small little clearing that has been turned into a campsite. As described, there is a fire pit that has seen fire recently, though does not currently burn. An empty tent set up, crates of food, barrels of water, loose equipment kind of scattered about, bedrolls, the whole kit and caboodle. Yet, the more you look at it, the less you see signs of life. It seems to be entirely abandoned to your eyes.
Could I potentially cast Detect Magic and look around?
You cast Detect Magic as you peer about. Nothing pings back magic. Other than like you and your companions who are like, loaded
shine.
down with magic.
Turn around, Randall flexing right in your face.
Randall, I think these shovels are free for the taking.
Well, I already have a magical shovel, but
Wait.
for that, we should look for like tracks. Like maybe someone's like in danger out here, or I don't
There's
know.
a-
Maybe there's these are actually all just mimics. Oh man, what if they're all mimics?
Ah, good times, man. Very good times.
It couldn't possibly happen a third time, right?
Greg is already getting a headache again from remembering the mimic fight. All right, well, let's look around, I guess, before we touch anything then.
You look for tracks. I'll look for something else. I think Fizzle Spark is going to immediately cast Mage Armor as he's still suspicious, and then he's going to turn his back on the encampment and slowly scan the horizon to see if anybody's watching us.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a perception wisdom check as you try to find someone who might be watching you and your companions in the forest. It is a 9. You scan the forest horizon as best you can, and you see nothing that catches your eye. No glints of glass in the distance, no peering eyes in the forest. It seems to you that you are by yourself. Norbert and Randall, you were going to be searching for tracks in and about the campsite, looking for whoever may have been here in the past. Go ahead and give me a survival wisdom check. At advantage, as you are being assisted by the other. I'll let whoever has the highest survival wisdom take that role.
I'm
Be higher
guessing
than
that
5.
would be me. Yeah.
Yeah, if you have higher than 5, go for it.
It is a 16. So you begin to search around looking for signs that there may have been people here. And sure enough, you find some of them. There are footsteps in and around the campfires area, around the food, the water, the gear, the bedrolls. As you search around, there are footsteps kind of in all directions of the campsite. As you look closer, you get the feeling there might be 4 or 5 distinct sets, though they are so muddled together it is hard to know exactly. But all of them seem to end or disappear entirely at the edges of the campsite, as if there is no activity beyond the kind of demarcation of the end of the campsite.
Could we have potentially walked into like some sort of a magical circle? Or we're just gonna try and exit the area where the footprints end?
Yeah, you walk out. Your own footprints marking the like forest floor behind you. You walk any number of feet or meters away, and the effect does not seem to change or replace you in a magic circle.
Yeah.
Don't worry. My one magical item that might help us with this is I will pull out my English language, Jesus. We'll pull out my treasure hunter shovel, flip it upside down so that you guys can see the gem on the back of it, and he will cast locate object, and I am looking for corpses. If there are any corpses
Are there
within,
any
I think it's like 1,000 feet.
corpses nearby in the 1,000 feet? This is a good question. Are there?
Let me post the holes. Yeah, you got it. Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Within 1,000 feet, you do in fact get a ping for corpses. Although they do seem to be closer to the edge of your distance. The from like if your thing goes 1,000 feet, this is in that like 90th, 99th percentile of distance away from
Okay, I'll just be like, well, I found some objects that may be what we're looking for, perhaps, in this direction, in the shape of corpses. Like point. But I think the way that this spell works is there's like a gem and there's like dust swirling in it, and it's like swirling in a direction if it finds something, perhaps. And I'm just like, let you guys want to go take a look at some corpses, maybe? I
Yes.
mean, that
Yeah,
is the
sounds
weirdest.
fun.
If that is
Sounds
a
fun.
pickup line, that is an awful pickup line. Let's get the hell out.
All
Yeah,
right.
lead us to the corpses, I
You
guess.
begin to lead your way through the forest. After some time, you eventually will make your way about 1,000 feet away from the campsite, almost true north through the depth of the forest. And as you approach, you find a single like mound in the forest floor, seemingly like recently dug, and a small like wooden headstones like now bent haphazardly in the ground next to this mound, reads, "Here lies Sir Gawain, brave and honorable knight."
Does this name match up with the name of the knight
It
that
does
we were
not. No.
just not? Ooh.
Have we ever heard of the name? Maybe some sort of a royal from the area,
You
or
rack your brains trying to find Sir Gwydion's name. It doesn't come to mind. It does not seem to be a notable public figure to you.
And how many corpses are in this grave?
One.
Is it more than one? Just one? Well, normally I put people in graves and don't take them out of it. You guys aren't going to tell anyone if I do this, right?
Why don't we explore around the area first? I will see if there is any magic nearby. Give me 10 minutes, and then you can take. And I'll ritually cast detect magic.
I don't believe I found any magics beforehand, but sure,
That was 1,000 feet away, sir.
fair enough.
Does anybody have anything to do in the 10 minutes while I'm sitting there, muttering and waving my hands around?
Sounds like the 10 minutes are yours. You begin to mutter and wave your hands around, spending your 10 minutes. Eventually, you do find a small bit of magic, and it seems to be coming from the mound in front of your eyes. It is faint, and it is the School of Transmutation.
The Vandal, there's something pinging from inside there.
All right, let's do it. You can't tell anyone. Don't tell Ground about this. I gave him so much shit about like disturbing dead bodies before.
It's alright, I give him shit all the time. He has so much armor and he fights from behind. It's hilarious. I will activate my sensor of blessing while you start digging.
All right.
I'll give you some sort of guidance just in case there's a trap or something and you need to dodge out of the way.
All right, you
Excellent.
get blessed up. The golden incense from the censer begins to flow around you, making you feel stronger and tougher than you were before. Guidance guides every stroke of your shovel, making sure that it is the perfect amount of dirt in a nice little 4x4 square. Eventually, you dig up the remains of Sir Gwydion. Here lies a knight that could not be dead more than a few days. He's beginning to desiccate and turn into the like kind of mushy, gross corpse that you would expect from somebody that has recently died. The stench immediately fills your nostrils as you dig them up. They are still wearing some battered metal armor. Seem to have a breastplate and some leggings that have been thoroughly beaten up. All of them fully dented and broken. And as you dig them up, your magical eyes shadow will show that a tan bag at his waist is the center of the transmutation.
I will point it out to Randall right there. That's what.
Yeah, I'll pick up the bag and like stick my hand in it. What's in the bag?
You pull out you open the bag and it reveals the presence of small fuzzy objects, almost like little bowls of yarn.
I'll pull something out. What's in the bag?
All right, you pull it out. It is a fuzzy ball of yarn. As you pull it out, you throw it on the ground. Roll me a d8.
Good luck, Fizzle Spark.
A 4! An axe beak appears before you. A bird-like monstrosity with a large axe beak, a beak that has the form of an axe in front of it. You may have seen a few of these running through the plains around you. It screeches its welcome to you. Ah! And it cocks its head and looks at you, like kind of like knocking its axe-like beak together to make a clacking sound.
Well, looks like he made a new friend.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's pretty cool. I'll name you George. Okay, George. I guess you're hanging out with us for a little while. Do you? Here, Fizzle Sparks. I can't trust myself with this little bag. I need you to hold on to this for me.
Hold on.
I have to bury this guy again.
Before you do, let me strip him of his armor.
What? It's fuck.
Take the magic.
Yeah, I'm a blacksmith with mending and blacksmith tools. I can make it work.
This guy got ran over by a cord at some point in time. Look at those dents.
My friend, his armor is the least of his problems now.
All right, you strip the corpse of its armor. It is a battered breastplate of fairly cheap material. You as a blacksmith recognize this as pretty much your most basic set of kind of steel armor. He has some armbands, some leggings made of similarly crafted material. All of it showing like signs of heavy use, denting, breaking, folding in certain areas. It would be quite a chore to mend all of it together. It would probably require like melting down and reforging based on your blacksmith's knowledge.
Will the spell mending that I possess not
I mean, it will,
assist
but
me?
just over hours and hours.
Okay. Screw it then.
Yeah.
You're gonna put him back in the armor now?
Well, if I see that, I wouldn't take him, strip him, I guess.
Okay.
I'll
You
dig
leave
the
him
hole
alone
deeper.
then. Yeah. And rebury the nightly body as the axe beak watches on.
Quick question, Greg.
Yes.
Does the armor have any sort of like crests or sigils or any sort of like identifying marks? what
It
kind of
probably
clan or-
does, but not one of any import. It has like the
Okay.
identifying mark of like its maker, like crafted
Sure.
by Norbert or whoever, right?
Right.
That'd be funny.
It would be funny, but it's it's the mark of the local blacksmith that would have made it. You probably recognize it. It's a blacksmith in Rhineview. You may or may not have bought equipment from them in the past.
But I just meant more like if he belonged to like the Cold Iron Company or or like a knight, that he belonged to somebody.
There's no like sigils
Okay.
beyond that.
Okay.
Well, shall we return to the campsite and see if there's anything there, or search through it, or if we exhausted our musings for the day?
We could probably see if any of that food is still good, and then we might as well use the campsite, right?
Yeah.
Might as well. Well,
I kind of missed a little bit of it. Did anybody touch anything at the campsite?
Not yet.
Nope.
Okay.
well, are you sure you want to? Well, I guess that makes sense. I mean, this man used that campsite and got beat to everybody shit. Ooh, maybe then whatever beat him to shit will come to us. Like you're thinking. Back to the
Well,
campsite.
look, as an expert of getting the absolute shit beat out of them, I can contest that this is in no founding way the fault of the campsite. Every campsite I've ever slept at has left me beat the shit out of sometime the next day.
That's fair. I'll try to protect what we put out for the night.
Thanks.
Sure.
All right, you return to the campsite. There's still maybe a few hours of light left in the day, but now is as good a time as any to make your camp for the night. What do you do when you arrive back at the campsite?
Fizzle Spark will circle the encampment and set up numerous alarm spells,
Mm-hmm.
setting up, allowing his companions to move in and out.
Okay.
The ritual spell, so I can cast it multiple times. It will probably take me 20 minutes or so.
All
And I
right.
try to encircle the camp with alarms that are audible, so we'll hear if something pings on it.
As
Very
a
good.
matter of fact, Norbert sees you doing that, he's going to help you with exactly the same spell. Maybe cutting your efforts in half and giving you some time to relax.
I will work ever harder to make sure that I cast at least one more alarm spell.
Fair enough.
Excellent. All right, you cast your alarm spells, encircling the entire camp, like perimeter of the campsite, with as many alarms as you can muster before making yourselves comfortable. You still have some time left in the day. What do you do at the campsite?
I mean, is anybody else going through the stuff? See what you find? If not, then I will.
Randall will go through like the food to see whether any of the food's still good, and then he's definitely going to check on the how high is the quality on those shovel or on that shovel that we
The
have.
equipment seems freshly bought. Like the ropes are still tied in like yarn in some cases. Probably have never been used. The shovel looks like it was recently bought. The climbing gear looks like it was recently bought. Maybe used once or never at all. What else type of adventuring equipment might you find? You find a bag of like freshly like gleaming caltrops. You find like a lantern that has maybe been used a handful of times. Maybe like one empty oil flask or two empty oil flasks and a number of fresh ones kind of loaded up next to them. Bedrolls that have been slept in recently but are largely unused or largely new. This looks like a campsite of fairly fresh gear and equipment, kind of loaded down to the brim, as well as fresh food. It's been sitting out for maybe like a day or two, but this is adventuring rations, right? It's meant to last. You see dried meats, dried fruits, breads. There's water in barrels. There's skins of wine. There's cheeses. All of it seems to be relatively fresh, even if it clearly has sat out for a couple of days.
Water in barrels, huh? Do we find any feed?
No, there does not seem to be any feed or saddles or barding. There's no accoutrement here for like pack animals or ride horses. Like
Are these like small barrels of water or like large barrels of water?
small. They're the water itself is not meant to be transported, right? Like in these barrels, it's mostly like set out for the camp to drink and use. Small inspection will reveal, like in the back of the tent, there's a bunch of like big water skins that people are using to travel with.
There's more barrels for my collection, you say?
Indeed, there are. You're just gonna be a walking like man of barrels. You're like 4 of them strapped to your back.
He's Barrel Man.
He's
How would that
Barrel
even work?
Man, Barrel Man.
I'm gonna be like the Donkey Kong. I'm gonna go on a hill and just gonna yeet
Just
barrels.
start
at people.
eating
Throw
barrels.
barrels.
Yeah.
And nothing pings detect magic at all.
Nope.
Okay. And through the entire camp. Okay. Hmm.
Could
I'm
we
satisfied.
potentially look for like some sort of a hidden compartment or something in the tent, or something to be hidden in
Sure.
here?
Go ahead and give
Because
me
it
an
doesn't look
investigation
very
check.
natural. Would anybody like to give me advantage? Is anybody proficient in it?
In what?
Investigation.
Investigation? No.
I am not proficient in investigation, unfortunately.
Well, at the very least, I'll ask guidance for my god if that's something.
All
but
right. Sounds
I
good.
don't think that's going to be very helpful.
As a 14, you look around the campsite for hidden compartments or like something in the tent that looks unnatural, a fresh spot of dug earth. But despite your investigating, you find nothing of interest, nothing beyond what you see with your eyes in front of you.
Anyways, let's head over to the assassins. I'm done with the camp.
I thought we were staying here for the night. But instead of-
Yeah, we are absolutely. I mean,
Okay, we'll be here for the night.
Okay. You pin in for the night. I need to know. Do you take anything from the campsite itself, or do you use your own supplies? What are your plans here?
I'm
The
not gonna
food
take
we-
anything. I'll eat some of the food, perhaps.
Okay.
I was gonna say the same thing. There's nothing of inherent value for us, so just
Okay.
the food.
I'm gonna use my own supplies. This is raising spider senses.
Okay.
Nothing pings, but this is very weird.
Okay.
Have in the middle of nowhere.
Shadow, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm going to eat some of the food as well.
All right. So you
Could I
use
have done
nothing
one
of
more
the-
thing? Sorry.
Huh?
Could I have done one more thing?
Sure.
Just before we bet out, I remember I have the ability to speak to animals, and I'll see if I find the bird and ask him what happened to the people here.
Sure. You will find a small bird or squirrel that will answer your questions. They tell you that people here walked off north.
Okay. What's north?
I don't know. Forest, trees. I know a good nut spot.
Why'd you leave everything behind?
People are weird, man.
Alright.
Fair enough.
I'll relay the information to the party. I'll give him some of the leftover rations, I guess. Open the bag. Enjoy.
I'll pass you some almonds.
Oh,
Cool.
perfect.
More nuts. It, like, starts burying them immediately.
Hey, Fizzlespark, you don't have a familiar yet, right? You want one?
No.
Okay.
Are you asking him to enslave a small squirrel?
I would
It's
never
a
do such
bird, I
thing.
think, no?
I hate birds.
Go give him a high five. Immediate high five. Hell yeah, fuck birds.
Alrighty.
Hell yeah.
You bed down for the night with your own supplies, resting up as best you can, eating from the food. You wake up the next morning getting ready to make your way out, but three of you are feeling a little bit different the next morning after you ate the food. I want Norbert, Randall, and Fizzlespark to roll me 1d100.
Oh no.
Sounds
Hmm.
wonderful.
Amazing. 83, 81, let's go.
Oh yeah. Good rolls.
Let's
Yeah,
go,
good rolls for
boys.
some.
All right, 83, 81. Who am I missing? Randall.
I got an
Oh,
11.
an 11. All right. So Norbert with an 83. You wake up the next morning, and
You have 9 levels of exhaustion, you die. No?
if you cast a spell with a saving throw, for the next week, the target gains advantage on its saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Randall, you rolled an 81.
No, I rolled an
No,
11.
you're at 11.
You rolled an 11.
I
Who rolled an Shadow? You rolled an 81. All allies within 20 feet of you gain a -2 penalty on attack and damage rolls for any attack they make within the next week.
Hell yeah.
-2.
Right. And Randall rolled an 11.
Oh.
Nope. Lost
Oh,
somebody.
did we lose somebody?
Yeah, it said his internet went out.
Uh-oh.
He was reconnecting.
All right.
It would have been funnier if it was Randall for rolling 11.
Yeah, Randall rolled an 11. He disappears.
You killed your internet.
He disappeared from existence. That was 20 feet, right? 20, within any ally within 20 feet?
feet of Fizzle
Okay.
Spark, yes. And then Randall on an 11, now that we have Norbert back in the call. I want you to make me a wisdom saving
Oh, I'm famously good at these.
I'm going to give him a 16 for my portent.
Make the wisdom saving throw against your own spell save DC.
What?
I pass.
You succeed. Excellent. You are just fine.
Oh god, man, that food was so good last night, guys. I don't know about what you guys ate, but oh, it's so good.
Sorry, guys. What happened to Norbert? I do apologize.
Nothing, apparently.
No,
Nothing.
he's
Okay.
Norbert. What was the effect for?
What was the effect for what?
The first effect, I think Norbert. his internet-
Norbert's effect.
Oh.
Whenever
Okay.
Norbert casts a spell with a saving throw, the target of the spell has advantage on saves.
I don't have any
For
of
1
those kind
week.
of spells. Easy. Perfect.
All right, Greg. Knowing that this, do I feel this effect on me? Do I know
Oh
that
yeah,
something's
yeah. You feel it.
All right.
It's weird.
wrong? I'm going to spend a spell slot and cast Remove Curse for myself.
Ooh, you successfully remove the curse from yourself. The -2 aura disappears.
The
Wonderful.
remove curse also removed Horo from the call again.
Oh no!
Remove all cursed objects.
Oh no! He is gone. Shall we take a break while we sort out some
says he's back.
technical difficulties? We're kind of close to 2 hours.
I'm good to take a break.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Twitch chat, we are gonna just mosey on over to the break screen real quick. As we will sort out some technical difficulties with the Horo, and we will be back in a few minutes. We will see you all very soon. And welcome back, Internet, to Land Beyond the Mist. As we have sorted out our missing Norbert problem, excuse me,
I'm back.
we are back and ready to play. Our party has just woken up after resting from some strange, food rations that have been left here undisturbed in the forest. And as they did, they had some nasty surprises in the morning. One woke up with a curse granting an aura of disability to them and their allies, but Fizzlespark has erased that penalty with a casting of Remove Curse upon themselves. Randall had to make a saving throw against some unknown effect that he managed to pass and stave off. But Norbert still has an effect upon him as any magic spell that he casts with a saving throw component, the target will have advantage to save against. As you all wake up that morning, you feel the effects of your sleep the night before. What do you do as you prepare for your next days of travel? Does this impact you at all, or do you shrug it off and move on?
I think Fizzlespark will ask for a few moments, and he'll pop open his book of curses, start reading through it. I want to see if I can identify a few things, Greg. One,
Okay.
I'm going to look for some curse similar to this to see if I get any type of origin or idea for it. And two, I'm going to look in general for what sustains curses, especially on items.
Mm-hmm. All right. Go ahead and give me an Arcana intelligence check. As you peruse this book, you may take advantage upon it. For the what sustains curses, DC 13. For types similar to this, DC An 18, you are very successful, a researcher. You know how to reference bibliographies. You know how to go through an academic tome. What sustains a curse is always a little bit different based on the type of curse. Some curses are sustained by powerful arcane magics that are different from your kind of standard spells, and that they have a sense of permanency placed upon them. Curses have long lasting effects, and this powerful arcane magic just has a different texture, is what the book describes it as, to your everyday spell. They say they are difficult to cast, but possible to learn. Some curses are the result of some kind of high power, a god, an archfey, something with incredible magical powers that has been slighted. Their disfavor is what occupies this curse. As long as that disfavor is held, the curse continues unless it can be dispelled. And so sometimes it is not even magic itself that carries the curse. And then there's also the curse of the Fae, which the author considers to be a bit of a riddle, as Fae magic is always dependent upon some kind of clause. He says some kind of contract between the Fae and the magic that they cast. Fae curses tend to last as long as that contract is binding. And it can be as simple as straightforward, if this, then this, and as complicated as an entire ritual that must be undertaken every autumnal spring or every autumnal moon. And the author makes many an example of Fae magic in this way. As for curses similar to this, you come up with only a single example. It seems that this is not a curse at all. It is an example of not a curse. This seems to be the side effect of a powerful wild magic surge. and what you have experienced is the side effects of something that is coursing with wild magic.
Interesting. I will relay this information to the party and then dig back into the book for one more thing. Looking at the things that sustain curses,
Mm-hmm.
is there anything about identifying which of those things are for each cursed item? If I removed a curse from an item, even temporarily, would I be able to tell what type of curse it was?
That's a good question. I think that there's probably some amount of research that you can do there. As you look upon this tome, you see like entire chapters listed for just the identification of the types of curses. It does seem like the best practice is to remove it and then uh, experience the like reapplication of the curse
Mhm.
onto the item, as you would only merely suppress such a curse for some period of time. There's like notes about the ways in which different types of curses applied, right? There's notes of like a large pressure of pressing down upon you in the item versus like a searing magic that courses through it, versus different types of magical ephemera associated with the reapplication of the curse. And there are chapters upon chapters of this dissection in your book.
Like research for another day.
Mm-hmm. All right. So beyond this curse research that has been going on here in the morning, what else is the plan? Are you packing up and just moving on, or what's the party doing?
Let's go.
What, you don't want to take some possibly cursed shovels with you?
I mean, do you really need a shovel? I mean, we can sell them, right?
No, hell no. You can have them. You want them? I was joking, man. I'm out of here.
I mean, do we journey north? You did
But
say people. You talked to that squirrel. They said they journeyed to the north. Is that not?
Yeah.
It was north where we found the knight.
It
Right?
was indeed.
And just head north for a while and see what's up there.
To be fair, I just want to kill the assassins, but let's go. If you guys want to explore that possibility of
We've spent a lot of time on this. That's fine. We can move on.
All right. You pack up camp and you can reconvene upon your journey, marching your way through the forest. As the day continues, there are no other encounters along the way to the Fey Pond. Eventually, you see a clearing in which there is a kind of large pond that has like a almost garden of exotic flowers and strange herbs, strange funguses along the like perimeter of the pond's southernmost area, and the forest itself is kind of like crept back a good few hundred yards. As you approach, there is not a stream running directly into the pond itself, and you begin to take some time to investigate looking for it in kind of ever widening arcs. But eventually, you are able to follow the sounds of water to a small stream in the woods, which begins to lead you ever further northward. The stream starts out fairly small, but widens in its path as you make your way up the kind of towards the hills just north of and east of where you are. And as you do so, you eventually find yourselves looking at the opening of a small cave structure that of side of the hills along this stream, the stream running out of the mouth of this cave. And you can see that along the edges of the forest here, there is a dryness to them that you would not normally see. Huzzah. Oh, this is not as a player. I see. There's a dryness of the forest that you would not normally see in and around Rhymeview. And you think that a small wind or a weather effect might lead the brambles that you spot nearby to potentially be cast inside of the cave.
And these match what we have.
They do
The
indeed.
bramble.
You
Okay.
look at
Okay.
the bramble that you have. Yours is a bit more dried out and like aged, but they do seem to be of the same plant.
The question I have for you is, we inspect the bramble, right? Does it feel like it's a spell of like some sort of thorns that are cast here, and we're gonna be taking damage if we're walking through here, or not?
It doesn't seem like a spell to you, no.
And the
Seems like a
dehydrate
natural bramble.
and the dryness, the dehydratation, whatever you call it in English, right?
Uh-huh.
Does it feel unnatural to the point where it's like some sort of a heat source, like dehydrating everything?
No.
Or is it like a heat source, or is there some sort of a different?
Like in the forest itself around you, no, there's no like large heat source. It's just a like higher elevation, a little bit drier around these parts.
Just the weathering of plants over time.
Like a non-humid area.
Yes.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure there's no magical shenanigans.
You don't sense or notice any overt magic shenanigans in the area.
We've yet to prove whether there are or are not magical shenanigans. Yes. Yeah, if no one else says anything, Randall will start striding off into the cave.
Do we actually want to talk to them, ask them why they killed the knight and shit, or not really?
I'm not really getting paid to talk to people today.
I'm going to cast Mage Armor right now before we go in.
Okay. Excellent.
And then I will follow Randall.
You cast Mage Armor and you begin to follow Randall. As you move your way into the cave, you will see that there are like this like watery bed of the stream runs its way through. There's gurgling sounds of the water as you make your way through. There's small openings to your left and to your right, both of which shine a small bit of light. As you look up to the right of your current position, Randall, you may or may not see by the shining of the light small bones scattered about as if like the feeding ground of some beast.
I can see a bit more from here. I don't know if I'm supposed to be able to see through this.
You sure should. There is light shining through there.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I didn't know.
Peer through that that center of the light, you see, I guess, through to the other side. Oh God!
I can see like the top of somebody's head in a campfire.
Yes, there's a small campfire through there, and perhaps you see just the top of the hooded head of a humanoid figure.
Does it look like I could climb up through this, or would it be like a huge pain in the butt to do as such?
It would be a squeeze, and it would take you time and effort. But maybe you could, yeah.
You know, I'll do it. Randall will slowly, taking his time to try not to make any noise if he can help it, like sneak over to this thing.
All right, you climb through the bones and like den of some beast to try to scramble your way up some rocks as you squeeze your way through. Go ahead and give me a stealth dexterity check as you do.
Yeah, I would like to use my inspiration for this.
Absolutely. Please do.
That's why we'll have advantage. Incredible.
All right. You sneak as best you can as bones crunch under your feet. rocks scrabble their way down. You begin to squeeze your way through this area, and as you do, you find yourself staring face to face with a black-robed assassin sitting next to a campfire, a strange device in their hands. It looks much like a crossbow, but as they pull the trigger, you hear as 4 bolts come flying your direction. Randall, you are not surprised as you got a glimpse of this man before, but the bolts come flying your way. Nonetheless, in this restricted space around you, you have very little way to dodge or get out of the way, and the creature is double checking there to hit, so we know how much to roll here.
Uh-oh.
Good thing you got that magical armor.
Fires a natural 20 your
Yeah,
way.
good thing I got that upgraded magical armor. Oh, that will definitely hit.
Critically hits you, Randall, as all 4 bolts from the crossbow strike you together at the same time. I need for you to take for me 30 points of piercing damage. And I also need you to make me a Constitution saving throw DC 15.
Well,
4 poison
should have
bolts.
saved that roll, I think.
That is
19?
a success! Please take for me half of... Oh my god. How does that work? 4 times 7 is 28. Please take for me half of 112 poison damage. That seems obscene. Did I do my math
Holy,
right there?
I mean, that's just what crits do, right?
Yep.
That is
You have to be
what
careful with like
crits
poison
do.
damage. What
And
is
these are
half
4
of
attacks rolled into one.
112?
They are.
I go unconscious.
He goes unconscious. You peer about, looking at Randall. You hear the flick of the crossbow, boop, 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 and Randall's body slumps into unconsciousness. A shout rings out through the tunnel. Intruders! And I want all of you to roll me some initiative.
Sorry, what did they all say? Sorry?
Intruders.
Cool.
112 damage.
There's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
That would have just killed me outright if I failed that, I think.
I think you would have, yes.
It would have been close.
I'm
Or no,
glad.
it would have had to do 160 damage.
Would it? Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, double your max hit points.
That stuff is doing a lot of work.
Alrighty. Let us look at our turn order. Somehow it is missing our assassins on it.
It wasn't me this time.
It wasn't you! It was me all along! Alright, the assassins are the first to go. As he shouts intruders, this creature inside the campfire here like pulls the case out of the back of its like crossbow, and then it pulls a fresh one out of its pocket, crams it into the crossbow bolt, and then he runs through the doorway here. Excellent. And you lose sight of the assassin as he called for the intruders. From then, we have a movement here. Here. And here.
All I'm gonna say is that Randall has been beat up like 4 sessions in a row to the point where like he shouldn't be alive anymore.
So I took the tough feat, man.
He got pretty zapped right there. All
the man who
right.
could not die.
Next in the turn order is Fizzle Spark. You hear the sounds of your companion going down and footsteps echoing through the cavernous cave in front of you. What will you do?
I think Fizzle Spark will move up 10, 15, 20, 25 here. I see the assassin way off to the corner.
You do. You see an assassin creeping through the tunnel to your left of the party.
I will shout out, there, wolf, and then cast Mirror Image.
All right. You cast Mirror Image. A number of gnomes begin to form around you as you have now made the game at least 5% more. Norbert, it is your turn. What will you do?
Okay, so Norbert is contemplating should he heal you with higher spells or lower spells. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk all the way to Randall, and I'm gonna first of all bonus action healing word you to bring you up
Okay.
for 8 hit points.
Oh,
And-
so good.
I'm gonna rub an orb into your body as you're standing up and give you death ward.
Oh, okay, perfect. We take those.
Yeah.
We take those
And-
indeed.
How much did I move? Yeah, that's all I can do.
All right. Randall, it comes back to you. You open your eyes and you feel the magics of Norbert rub you back to life. What do you do?
I didn't know you felt this way about me, Norbert.
All that flexing, Randall. All that
And-
flexing, buddy.
Goes flying around the corner and like runs into this guy. He's like, "Hey, bud, you left some crossbow bolts in me. Are you sure you don't want those back?"
Yes, you turn the corner and find him kneeling down, his crossbow bolt at the ready, but he cannot fire as you come through.
And I will give him a few slaps of the bronze claw.
Excellent.
Let's see. Let me mark off my rage. I already used my bonus action. There we go. 14.
A 14 will not hit, as he seems, despite kneeling in like ready position, more lithe and nimble than you would expect.
And I will give him one more for the road.
For the road.
23.
The 23 will hit.
Excellent. Take 18 lightning damage.
18 lightning damage. He silently takes it, just, and he looks up at you with murder in his visage. All right, that brings us around to Solomon. It is your turn.
Hey guys, I'm still here.
You're still here.
I rolled a crit fail, so that's fine. Okay. Let's see. So 5, 10. Uh-oh.
Oh.
I can't see.
Yep, that happens to you. Me too. I can't see anything.
Well, this is not fun.
I think from your character's perspective, you can see this guy here, yeah?
No.
I think you might be slightly in the wall. Try moving like one to your left.
Does that do you?
Okay, I can kind of see it now. I can see the little. Yeah.
It's kind of broke for a second, Greg, because this part of the cake is not like illuminated whatsoever.
There's only 2 light sources in the cave.
Okay, got it.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
I need to carry a lantern from now on. Okay.
You'll see 4 fizzle sparks pointing in this direction, shouting, "There, wolf!"
Let's see. So that was 5, 10,
Let's get that joke.
15, 20, 25.
They always ask where, Wolf.
Right. 30, and I think that's all I got. And I do not see the assassin. So I am gonna hang tight right here. That's better.
Does that
Okay.
do better for you?
That does better for me. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. I have all given you dark vision. That should help. Yep.
Yeah, that's it for me.
Yeah, it's
All
good for me.
right. Excellent. With that, the assassins will go. We will start over here with the ones next to Randall, or the one I should say. It is going to step away from you, Randall, trying to get some distance and an angle to fire at you. As he does so, you may make an attack of opportunity.
I shall. Enjoy.
It's
16?
16. I believe that misses. Let me double check. No, it hits.
All right, we take those. That is 15 points of lightning damage.
15 more points of lightning damage. Wonderful. That is very close to bloodied. We'll just go ahead and call it bloodied. As you slash through him, he drips large globules of it on the floor of the cave. But then he turns to you and he hammers the crossbow, and it goes in your direction. He will attack you with a 12. All of the bolts bouncing off your new shiny mithril breastplates. This one here is going to rush forward. 20, 25, 30. We double check their movement. Their movement is 30 feet. That's all he can do. So he has line of sight directly on both of you. He's going to choose one of you to attack. That is evens. That is going to be Solomon. Solomon, a crossbow bolt comes flying your way. So 2 for 6, 8 is
Is it another one of them? Vroom, vroom,
It
vroom,
is
vroom, vroom
not.
ones?
It is a single crossbow bolt. Does an 18 hit you?
I'm gonna shield.
You cast shield. An arcane ward flashes in front of you, deflecting away the bolt from the creature. This guy does his thing. This guy is going to rush out of the darkness. 20, 25, 30. Does he have a line of sight on you?
It's pretty close.
Pretty close. I will go ahead and give you +2 AC as he fires at you.
I'm currently at 22 AC
All right.
with that buff.
Is a 28. He will hit you.
Shit.
Please take for me 1d8 +3.
I just need you to roll under 7, so that way.
Please take 6 points of piercing damage
Ooh.
and
Nice.
make
Okay.
me a Constitution saving throw.
I will do my hardest. Constitution. Oh, nope.
Oh my goodness. Please take for me 17 additional poison damage.
All right. I believe this triggers Death's Ward and drops me to 1 HP, right?
Correct.
All right.
Okay. Does this poison have any additional effects?
It
Do I
does
have like the
not.
poison status?
No,
Okay.
it is just damage. Fizzle Spark, it comes back to you. As you are face to face with an assassin, what will you do?
I will yell to Solomon, Solomon, retreat behind me. Follow Norbert, and I will fire 3 magic missiles at this assassin, and then move myself to this position right here, hopefully standing in
Alright.
front of the doorway.
You shoot out your magic missiles.
With
Go
a
ahead
count,
and roll
pew,
me some
pew,
damage.
and pew. He
3,
takes
10, 13 points of damage on this man's. He grunts with each strike of your magic missiles and looks to you for his next victim.
That's all I got.
All right, excellent. Norbert, it comes to you. What will you do?
Norbert, for a second, he wavers. He tries to go back to help his companions, but as Fizzlespark yells, "Go follow Norbert to Solomon," Norbert will push through and go help out Randall, I
All
guess.
right, excellent.
Or, yeah, I'll trust. I'll trust. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I can barely see that guy over there somehow.
Uh-huh.
Can I? Through the wall? Probably not.
You probably can't shoot him with like a crossbow, but maybe you can like glance around him.
Anyways, as there's no way for me to do any sort of action, Norbert is gonna crush the little purple hue stone in his hands as a dark elemental appears, hopefully drawing at least some attention from these assassins.
All right.
Randall is
Dark
almost downed
elemental
again.
will appear. I assume right there.
Yeah, if
All
possible.
right.
Or
Excellent.
he's gonna squeeze somehow.
Perfect.
Let me just double check. That's a +8 to hit. Or a 16 and 14 to hit.
The 16 will hit, so the 14 will miss.
For 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
All right, excellent. He is bludgeoned by your dark elemental. Ah!
And he's gonna gaze him lovingly into his eyes, trying to confuse him.
All right. He will make a wisdom save, which is successful. DC 15. Yeah.
Yep, and he will take 4 points of damage.
He will take 4 additional points of damage. Wonderful. All right. He resists the beckoning call of the elemental's gaze. Randall, it comes to you as you see this man stare down the dark elemental. What do you do?
Randall will use his bonus action to activate Second Wind because he's a dirty barbarian fighter. Healing for 2 points of health, a massive
Amazing.
amount. What a good.
yeah.
Hang on, let me make sure I mark that down in case I need to remember later. Am I able to walk through this stream, or is this
Yes,
like a
yes, you
big
can.
drop?
Yeah,
Okay.
you're
I'll like walk over here to this guy. I kind of like look him up and down. I'm like, man, that's a really great crossbow. I would love to take it from you when you're dead. And I'll slap him in the face with the bronze claw, hopefully.
All
TM. 21.
A 21 hits.
All right, take 17 points of lightning
All right,
damage.
that brings him to death's door.
And then one last swing. This one will be done non-lethally. I'm going to try to knock him out. I don't know precisely how a lightning-infused halberd just knocks you out, but apparently that's what I'm going for today.
All right.
25
25 hits.
for 20 damage.
You non-lethally hit him with a thunderclap as he falls unconscious at your feet.
I gave him the clap, Norbert. Is that like run and hide
Oh
over here?
no. Oh no.
And I'll end my
Alright.
turn hiding, cowering, in fact, if anybody
Cowering,
asks.
in fact. All right. Solomon, it will come to you. It's your turn.
All right,
What will you
Fizzlespark.
do?
I hope you know what you're doing. I'm
Oh.
going to. But one more thing before I go. I'm going to cast Scorching Ray on the assassin.
Okay.
So I'll go 1, 2, and none of those hit. Cool.
None of those. Ooh, does the 15 hit? It might. No. It just,
Perfect. Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I think that's everything for me.
all right. You squeeze through the door to relative safety behind you. With that, the assassins will go. The first assassin here will pull back his crossbow once more, reload a shot, and fire it at the only remaining 5 gnomes.
And the only remaining 5.
Retreat while you can.
All right, a 29 comes flying
Whoa.
towards one of the gnomes.
I can't block that bad boy. Plus 14? Wow. That's
Yes.
29 will hit. I will roll a d20 to see if he hits an image.
All right.
He definitely hits me.
Oh, God.
He hits you. Oh
Yep.
my.
Oh no.
That is 10 points of piercing damage. Go ahead and make me a DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
Not likely. No, I fail.
You fail.
Oh, God.
Please take for me an additional 18 points of poison damage.
All right. I'm good.
You are good. Excellent.
Are you up?
Arcane Ward up. I cast Mage Armor, so I'm
Thank
ready
God.
at this point, but I still
All
have all my
right.
images.
That is that assassin's turn. We will then move up here, where this assassin is going to come. 30.
Surprise!
It pops up. Surprise! And he is going to roll to see which of you he's going to shoot. He sees the elemental and goes, oh boy, that has to go. So he pulls his crossbow bolt out and will fire it at the air elemental with a 19. Will that hit?
I believe so, yes.
All right. Please take for me, Mr. Air Elemental, 10 points of piercing damage, and give me a DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
Is it poison damage?
It is indeed.
He is immune. And he takes 5 points from non-magical piercing damage.
All right. Excellent. Then that is the case. This guy here is going to pop out 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Huzzah! Randall, you are face down with another assassin. This one will fire at you with a 25. Will that hit?
Oh my goodness.
Of course it will.
All right. Please take for me 11 points of piercing damage.
I'm unconscious.
All right.
I don't think they can kill
The
me.
poison
though.
can't kill you, no.
Yeah,
Randall drops into unconsciousness.
I didn't want to interrupt you, but when this guy came into range, I have Polearm Master. Could I have taken a swipe at
Yeah,
him?
make an attack. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Did that 2 healing help you?
Yeah, it felt pretty good. Yeah.
The 12
I missed.
will miss. All right. Fizzle Spark, it comes back to you as you are injured, but still have all of your. Oh, did you make a concentration check for your images?
There's
It's
no
not
cons for that.
spell.
Oh, it's not concentration. Wonderful.
No.
You have all your images still.
I still
what do you do?
No.
As I look at this assassin in the semi-darkness, what type of creature is it?
He is a drow.
Silly drow, immune to everything I do really well. Okay. I think we're going to cast a web spell. And
Okay.
I'm going to it probably won't work effectively, but my plan is to web this area right there. 20 feet.
All right. A big web, huh?
And I will post the spell. I have a DC 14 dexterity save, which I imagine he's good at, but it's still difficult terrain. And then after I cast the spell, I'm going to immediately draw another square because I'm on the wrong tool. And then I'm going to move 25 feet this way.
All right. Wonderful.
Maybe duck around this corner.
All right. You race around the corner after webbing a man. He will make a strength saving throw, which he will fail at, becoming bound by the webbing.
Dex,
Wonderful.
Greg. It's Dex.
He'll make a dex save. That's a 12 on the die. Dex is +3 is 15. He is not bound.
He's not caught, but it's difficult terrain.
It is
He needs to
indeed. All right.
And that is
Norbert, it comes to you. What will you do?
Norbert is torn. Like, he hears his companions dying on both sides, but he sees that the wizards, 2 of them can handle one of them. So Norbert, first of all, is gonna step 5, 10, feet and see that Randall's there bleeding out, pus coming from his mouth. And he's gonna go 15, 20, 25, 30 feet. I'm gonna ponder the orb for a second, and I'm gonna try and heal him with the orb this time,
Okay.
rather than my own magics.
You stand above him, pondering the orb, and you cast Cure Wounds.
For 29 points of healing.
Oh, there we go.
Very nice.
Go.
Nice.
Can my elemental squeeze over here, or is the stone in the way?
I think that stone's probably in the way for a large creature. Yeah, there's not a lot of space to fit there. I guess you could, by the squeezing rules, you could go into that space, but I think he would have disadvantage on his attacks.
Sure.
If it runs like a normal air elemental, it can squeeze into spaces as little as an inch.
Yeah, it's not an air elemental, though.
Oh, it's not. Okay.
Dark
Okay. Sorry.
elemental. Yeah,
Got
it's
it.
slightly different. I'm using an air elemental token, but it's slightly different.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna tell him, go help the wizards. Go stand in the way of the drow.
Okay.
So he's just gonna be a meat shield for them and stand in the way. But before he leaves, he's gonna gaze at the guy further away from me.
Okay, we will make a wisdom saving throw. Which we succeed.
And take 3 points of damage?
3 points of damage.
I need to go to whatever dojo these guys train at for wisdom saves.
I'm gonna action search,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to, first of all, bonus action, try to knock this guy prone. So athletics or acrobatics.
All right, we'll do acrobatics. It's an 8.
He is knocked prone in front of me. And as Randall will stand up, he's probably gonna be dead, but I'll still take 2 swings at him in the meantime.
Okay.
So this is the advantage. Oof!
Oh my
For only 12 points
you
of damage. I'm
critically
not
hit
a
him
damage
with your
person.
First attack.
Yeah, for 12 points.
Of damage. All right.
And then the second one, 24 is a hit for another
It
8.
is. Another 8. All right. You strike him twice mightily with your weapon as he is laying on the ground, just taking a beating. You can hear his ribs crack, but he is still healthy.
What does my elemental do? Does he understand my commands?
Yes, he will make his way down here.
Okay.
Trying to use his full movement, which would be like 40 feet. I guess he can't really he could squeeze into this space here.
All I told him to do is stand in the way, so as long as he's in the way between the wizards and the assassins,
He's
we're
doing
good.
his best to get in the way.
Yeah.
All right, Randall, you awake with Norbert over you, pondering his orb. You feel healthier than you felt in a hot minute. What do?
I have so many holes, so many crossbow bolts in me as I stand up and I get angry once more. I ponder beating somebody's ass and I will attack the man on the ground.
All right.
This should be an advantage.
Honorable fighter.
Always.
Oh, thank you.
Actually, I think I had to move 5 feet closer to him because he's prone.
You have reach, no?
Yeah, but you have to be within 5 feet for advantage. Otherwise, it's disadvantage. It's 5e rules. They're weird. I don't want to talk about it. He's doing an advantage for a 22.
22 hits.
For 18 lightning damage.
18 lightning damage. You will definitely bloody him.
And then we'll give him one more for the road. For a 28.
28 hits.
For 21 lightning damage.
Oh my, all right.
10, 15, 20, and then I'll move over to stand over by this guy.
Okay.
I love how you're not using Great Weapon Master, but still doing more damage in one attack than I do on 2, one of them being a crit.
Hey, extra d6s are great.
Yeah, man.
All right. Solomon,
Oh, sorry, extra d4.
it comes to your turn. What will you do?
Quick question. Can I see You said this guy couldn't see me, but can I see him? Is this like an elevation change, or?
It is an elevation change.
Okay, so can I see him from where I'm standing?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so, I think this guy's gonna be a problem. So I want to go ahead and grab one of my rocks and throw it as hard as I can. And I think he's 60 feet. I'm gonna cast Shatter, just right on top of him.
Ooh,
I need a
beautiful.
con save, please.
I will make you that con save. That is a failure, as he takes
All right.
12 points of damage. A thunderous shattering echoes through the cave. And this man will go down.
Okay.
Perfect.
And then I'm gonna go right. I heard Norbert talking, so I'm gonna go ahead and use the air elemental, what he was intended for. So
Nice.
I'm gonna hang out right there.
Nice. Alright, with that, the assassins will go. This man is not stuck, but he does have to use double movement. 10, 20, 30. He is going to fire his crossbow bolt at the elemental. The elemental does a 16 hit.
Yes.
Excellent. Please take for me 7 more points of piercing.
Yep.
And then we will go up here. This guy up at the top is going to stand up, using half of his movement to do so. And then he's going to look at you, Norbert, and he is going to throw down his crossbow and instead will make a short sword attack. Which is going to be a 17, bouncing harmlessly off your armor. He will then make a second short sword attack.
This guy's like a level 20 rogue.
He is quite strong. But he is unable to damage you. This assassin up to the top and facing down Norbert, or facing down Randall, is going to do the same. The bows are not working. It is time for the blades.
Randall's like, just play dead, bro. Don't worry, I got you.
He makes an attack with a 14. He's unable to beat your mithril armor. And he swings a second time, unable to bypass you again. Fizzle Spark, it comes to you. What will you do?
I will. Can I see this guy from where I'm at right now?
Yes.
Okay. Then I will fire a firebolt at him and then move around the corner.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a roll to hit.
Wonderful. 24.
24 hits.
That will be 10 points of fire damage. And then if we look at web, he's still in the webbed area,
Sure
which
is.
will then catch fire. I believe it says an extra 2d4 fire damage.
Please roll me 2d4 fire damage.
So he'll take 15.
5 more. That is enough to bloody him.
And then I will start skirting around, see this assassin here locked up with Norbert, and then back up 5 feet. Solid.
Whoops.
And at that point, I think I'll drop concentration on the web, because the area around the guy where he's sitting is already burned up anyway.
Alright,
Fizzle Spark,
perfect.
sorry to interrupt. The assassin that
Yes.
you saw, he's down on the floor, he's unconscious. I don't think you saw the actual one that I'm...
That's fine. I got spooked and walked backwards. I'll walk forward next to it. We're good. I see it.
Alright.
Nope.
Nope, right out of that.
Norbert, you are the next to react. What will you do as you are locked in deadly combat with one of these assassins?
Yeah. Randall, you good?
Randall's just like, I'll beat the shit out of you, motherfucker.
Norbert thinks for a second. Alright, he's good. Alright. So give me another athletics or acrobatics as I knock you prone.
He will make an acrobatics check to try to duck around your shield bash, but it is of no
Ooh.
use as he is knocked back to the ground.
22 and 26?
26 will both hit him as he is knocked prone.
for 17 points of damage.
For 17 points of damage, you bring him to death's door.
And I'll let you decide whatever the elemental does, or maybe he just obeys my command and stands there.
Yeah.
Which is fine
He's gonna like
either way.
step forward a little bit to like fully block the entrance, and he's like full body block mode.
He's doing the Macarena. Okay. Yeah, that's me. I'm gonna I'm gonna stand where I'm standing because there's a column there, so he can't really see the cave, and he can't really walk past me. Well, he can walk past me. Yeah, I'm gonna stay here. It's fine.
All right, Randall, it is your turn. What will you do?
Randall looks at this man and says, "I'm sorry. I do what I must," and shall recklessly start smacking this man.
All right.
30?
Oh, wow.
Critically hitting him. Very nice.
It was a pleasure. 22, 26, 27, 28, 29 damage?
29 damage. Very good. That's going to bring him to 44. Not quite enough to blood him.
I will give him one more. And then a butt for the road, of course. 29.
29 hits.
For 19.
For 19,
I think.
that is enough to bloody him.
And then the butt shall strike his toe.
His
Non-lethally.
toe.
For
Excellent.
another 12
For another
damage.
12. That is definitely bringing him to death's door. Excellent.
And he'll once again just be like, yo, if you just want to pretend like you're dead and just like collapse, you know, I won't tell anyone, you know, you're fine.
All right. Solomon, it comes to you next. What will you
Okay.
do?
Can I shoot through the elemental, or do I have to move kind of here?
Ideally, in 5e, you can shoot through your. At the end of the day, 5e, you can shoot through your friends. So you're.
Okay. All right. Well, I will. What I do here? Not much. I'm gonna go ahead and just do another firebolt on him.
Okay. Absolutely.
Follow the. No, not quite. Never
12
mind.
No is not going to quite handle it. Your firebolt just kind of gets dodged by the lithe and nimble assassin.
I'm gonna go prone as well.
Ooh, very fun. Okay.
That's it.
All right. Perfect.
Thank you, friend. You provide perfect cover for me.
With that, the assassins will go. This one here is going to stand up. And he will make 2 attacks at Norbert with his blade. The first is a 13, completely missing. The second, a 22, also not enough against Norbert. This guy here is going to consider Randall's offer.
Randall's being fully honest with
He
him.
does not trust you, however. He looks at your raging muscles and your giant axe. Or like Warhammer. I think it's a...
It's like a giant dragon's fingernail
claw.
stuck on the end of a stick. Yeah.
He looks at your pole arm and goes, no way this guy is going to hurt me. Or is not going to hurt me. And he makes 2 blade attacks against you. The first is a 16, unable to penetrate your...
He has advantage if you want to give it another one.
A 27 is his first attack.
That will hit. Yeah.
That will hit. Please take for me D6 plus 3 piercing damage for 4, and make me a DC 15 Constitution saving throw.
I will try my hardest. I only have a +7 to this. You know, casual that one again, you know, every time.
Beautiful. Please take for me 8 points of poison.
And I will take half of that because I'm a dirty bear barbarian.
Very nice. This assassin here is going to step forward into this like firing range, and he's going to load his crossbow and fire it at the elemental for a...
You can't miss. Just roll that.
Okay, for a 19, he will do D8 plus 3 to it. For 8.
And then I have another question. These assassins get 2 attacks per round, right?
2 melee attacks per round. Their
You
crossbows
only
do
attacked me
not-
once.
I thought I attacked you twice.
You
No.
rolled
He had
twice.
advantage on the roll.
Oh, my brain fell out.
You're good.
He hits you a second time with a 27.
All right.
Hey, bro, I don't have any heals left,
Go
alright?
ahead and
Calm
take
down.
5 points of piercing damage. And give me that save versus 11 more points of poison.
Maybe this time. There we go.
Hey.
So 5
nice.
down to 2.
Yep, that's how that works.
Half and half. Okay.
Yep. Perfect. Fizzle Spark.
Excellent.
It comes to you. Your friend is prone before you as a assassin tries to take down this elemental blocking the path to you. What do you
Yeah,
do?
I feel like the elemental's got it, and if not, Solomon will take it. Plus, I've got an elemental and a friend in front of me, and I'm only 3 feet tall. I don't think I can see this guy. I'm
Fair.
gonna move into this room, and there we go. Now I see some stuff. I see Norbert battering upon this guy, and I see Randall a little bit rough. None of my other magic is working. We're pumping the hard stuff in there. I'm gonna cast Magic Missile at 3rd level.
Ooh.
Whoa.
All of my missiles towards the guy that's on Randall.
All
So
right.
I believe that is 5d4 plus 5.
Okay.
Is that right?
3d4 plus 4 plus 5, right? For 2nd and 3rd level? Yeah.
So he'll take 17 points
4,
of
5,
force
6,
damage.
9. No, so these all have +1. So 5, 7, 9, 12. So the 4th missile takes him down. Would you like to redirect your last one?
Oh, I don't. That seems cheap to me.
Okay. Fair enough.
I'm making a statement here, Frank.
Your
I'm making-
He really
missiles
shoots the shit out of one of
pummel
I'm
these.
shooting the
this
shit out of
poor
this guy.
assassin to death. He falls at Randall's feet.
And I'm not magic missiling, not this. I'm taking this guy down.
This guy's dead.
All right.
All right, I'll take my last. I have movement left. I'll take my last 5 steps this way.
Okay.
I'm good.
Perfect. Norbert, it comes to you. What will you do?
You know the gist of it. Give me an athletics
I
or
know
acrobatics.
the gist of it. All right, you bash him with your shield once more. This time he succeeds, managing to stay on his feet. But both of your attacks will hit him.
Or 17 points of damage.
Your first hammer blow is enough. The Warhammer of Warning strikes him down. He falls dead at your feet.
The warning has been sent.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Randall, it comes to you.
Are we still in combat?
You sure
Oh, there's
are.
one more left.
There's one more
Yeah.
left.
Right, guys,
Randall's
let's go down
gonna-
here.
Walk around this and be like, this looks like it's under the thing.
Yes.
We're just gonna go this way. I'm just not gonna say anything and just gonna stand really still right here.
Go ahead and give me a stealth dexterity check. I'll give you advantage for his fixation on the elemental.
I will try my hardest. Stealthiest raging barbarian you've never seen.
But is your rage gonna drop after this round?
At the end of my next turn.
At the end of your next turn. Okay.
All right. You sneak around the corner as best you can. Solomon, you're laying on the ground.
All right.
You
We're gonna
hear
pop up,
Yeah.
and then I will. I'll cast another firebolt at him.
Please do.
See if that works. And it does.
It does
26. Holy balls. All right. Let's see. For 11.
11 points of fire damage. Excellent.
And then drop him back prone. Oh,
will
sorry.
bring him to death's door as you drop back
nice.
prone.
Is the part of web he's standing on already burnt down? or-
Webb's concentration was dropped, so
Oh, sorry.
he's
The
gooch.
part he was standing on got burnt, and I dropped concentration on the web. So, because he was already at the edge of it.
Yep, all good.
Conveniently, it allows Randall to sneak behind him.
All right.
Mhm.
Okay, that's it.
The assassinos go. He is unaware of the barbarian sneaking up behind him. He loads another bolt up and he fires it at the creature in front of him. He attempts to crit it. He does not. But he will do an additional 4 piercing damage to the creature.
No worries. It still has like 80 HP left, so.
Fizzle Spark, it is your turn. What will you do?
I think I'm going to move in this direction. Boop. And then boop. Around Randall. Trying to sneak back the other way. There's too many things in the hole on the other side.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Norbert?
I'll use my Pearl of Power to regain a first level spell slot as an action.
I'll yell out to Randall, asking him which way should I go. I probably get no reply, and I'll start heading towards my elemental.
Okay.
So let me move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Wonderful.
And then I'm gonna dash. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and I'm gonna be like, "Hello, sir!" And I'll command the elemental to gaze at him lovingly.
All right. I'm going to give this guy advantage on that gaze attack because the elemental's looking through you, squeezing through a tight tunnel.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So we are going to have...
I'm gonna use my portent to give him a 3.
Oh, all right. You foresaw this in your dreams. The visage of the dark elemental gazing past Norbert's squeezing body. He will take 13 points of damage.
And he is paralyzed.
Let me double check his resistances as a drow. Paralyzed is not explicitly among them. Okay, he is paralyzed.
Randall, you got advantage, buddy. Good luck.
Randall, it comes to you. What do you do?
With my double advantage, I sneak up and honk him on the back of the head to knock him unconscious.
These are all
like-
auto crits, by the way.
Yeah, I non-lethally, I give him the business.
Yeah.
But you crits roll like double damage of that.
Yeah,
Nice.
hang on. Well, let me D10 and a D4. Okay, all right, pretty good.
Incredible.
Is
15,
oh man, 19,
16,
22 damage.
22 is enough to knock him unconscious. He falls.
All right, excellent.
Unconscious.
Don't worry, definitely killed him, guys.
All right.
So I like pick him up and take his body to the other, like line up the other guys.
With that, the cave falls silent. Your battle is over as quickly as it begun. You have 2 unconscious assassins to deal with. What will you do with them?
Well,
And I have my dark elemental sit on top of them.
Rando will pull out his length of rope that he's kept and never used the entire time that he has been here, and will tie up. I'm thinking the crossbow, the like really cool crossbow guy,
Yeah.
definitely a leader. He seems like someone who gets jobs done, like one-shotting a barbarian before the first round of combat starts. So I will use my rope to tie this man up.
Okay.
I think Fizzle Spark is going to sit down and take a rest for 10 minutes.
Sure.
But then after that, we'll see if we can wake these guys up.
You all can spend 10 minutes taking a short rest, drinking from your water skins, eating some rations, binding up wounds. In general, just catching your breath from the combat that just happened. You may spend up to 1/2 of your hit dice pool total to regain HP, as well as regaining spells or class features associated with a short rest in the player's handbook.
Norbert is completely pissed at Randall. Norbert is like, "Hey guys, should we talk to them?" And then Randall is like, "I'm not getting paid to talk. I'm here to kill people." And then he like knocks them out to talk to them. It's like
Knocks him
it's like
all
a,
unconscious.
it's like a big fuck you to my face. You know, it's like, we could have talked to them before like we knocked them the fuck out.
Look, the element of surprise was not to be wasted, as you may have noticed.
Looks like they surprised you, buddy.
Look, it's not the first time I've been shot like 80 times in the first round of combat, you know? I want to look at this guy's crossbow. Is it as cool as the legends foretold?
It is a very cool crossbow. It seems to have a almost a magical piece of fitting to it that allows it to shoot a number of crossbow bolts at a time. It seems that you can chamber up to 6 of them in total.
Jesus.
Jeebus. Nice. Yeah, I'll just hold on to that for a little bit. And then I guess we start rummaging and looting unless anybody has something else to do.
I'll have
All
something
right.
doing.
Go
These are
ahead.
fake creatures. I don't trust them. I'll like detect magic everything.
All right. Go ahead as a group and give me an investigation check. You'll have each of you roll, and we will average them all together.
You said investigation.
Investigation, yes.
Okay. I'm gonna
I
use my
will
sec-
use. Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna use my second portent to get a 16.
Okay.
For a
Nice.
total of what is it, investigation intelligence? So it'd be 20, a dirty 20.
Beautiful.
I will use my inspiration for this, and yeah.
Okay. Very good. So we have 20, 35, 45, 49, 58 divided up 4 ways is going to be a little bit higher than 16. So 7, we'll call it a 17 in total. Very strong investigation check. You will find a strange jug with many stoppers around it in all directions. It seems to be inscribed with ancient symbols, and as you kind of lift it up, it's like sounds hollow or empty at the time that you pick it up. The other thing that you find in here is a shield. It is very tiny, almost like a toy shield, almost made of brass and emerald, and it shines with a beautiful light. Amongst all of the treasure in here, you have found 900 gold pieces worth of gemstones, coins, contraband, valuables. All together, it will assume 900 gold pieces of value. After that, you come together having scoured through the entirety of the place. And your capturees, your captives, are beginning to stir and shift in their rope bindings as they begin to wake from the nasty bumps on their heads.
I will bring them all the way awake by spraying them with my decanter of endless water.
Oh!
The salty water.
The salty water. It is briny and awful. One of them has like a crab like pincered onto its ears. Like, and the other one has a barnacle in his mouth. As they spit these off and make the crab get off their ear, they awaken fully.
Who hired you? Killed the knight. Be careful. If you answer poorly, the next spray goes down your pants. It might be a barnacle, it might be a crab, you don't know.
Could be a lobster.
Give
Oh my
me
God,
an
he's a
intimidation
monster.
check, please, Mr. Fizzlespark. And I will give you advantage for hilarious barnacling.
What'd you say, intimidation?
Yes, please.
That's a crit, Greg.
Is that a crit? You have advantage?
Didn't you just say I had advantage?
said
I
advantage.
did. I gave you advantage
Yeah.
myself. I'm such a
I was-
dummy.
Sorry,
That
very
is a
confused.
crit. You intimidate them quite well. They say, "Hey, man, it's just a job. You know, apparently this guy like was sleeping with another guy's wife. They just wanted him out of the picture. Nothing personal, man."
Nothing personnel, kid.
Yeah, like it's our job to take care of these things.
Bro, why did you attack us?
You invaded our hideout. You were crawling through our walls, man.
We had a barbarian squeezing through some rocks, and you just yeeted
Yeah.
bolts at him.
Have you ever met a barbarian that'll mess you up, man?
It was a pretty good shot.
Thank you.
It's a pretty good point.
No hard feelings, Randall?
I mean, look, if I'm trying to kill you and you kill me, I can't really be too angry about it. Unless you cast that like spell that lights me on fire, and then I'll probably be pretty pissed.
Touche.
Mm.
So, what? Well, I hope you guys don't mind, but we're here for a job as well.
I mean, I guess that makes sense. Goes around, comes around. Even more reason to shoot at you, right? Don't want to die myself.
So, what you got that's gonna keep us from killing you? I think is what he's trying to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
I got a really sick crossbow.
Oh, you're talking about my new crossbow?
Yes, I am. It's yours.
Mm-hmm.
Won't even come looking for it.
You're kind of bad at it. Do you have like valuables stashed away? Do you
Yeah. I've
know
got
a guy that'll keep the Midnight Consortium from like murdering us later on down the road? Spread a good word that we look. Sometimes I do jobs for both sides, and today I was just on this side.
It's hard to get very far in the consortium doing jobs both ways. It tends to not give you a whole lot of reputation. But
yeah, I noticed. I'm only at like -30, but it's fine. I'll get there one day.
Okay. Sure are. Look, I can try to put in a good word for you if you want. I'm just an operative, man. I get the jobs done. My gang's got some respect, but once you get beat, you tend to lose respect really fast in the Assassin's game. I don't know. If that's what you're looking for, though, I can definitely make my way back to Rhymeview.
Maybe you should just get like super lost. Like go to the other side of the coast, not not dead lost,
I'll get
but
a new gang together. We'll rule the sands, man. I can do that.
Yeah, look, we're doing the job, and we're gonna tell them that you guys are like super dead, and I'm like, also your friend over there, he's really good at acting. He's not dead. He looks dead, but he's not.
Hey, man, we can make him dead. I'll get a whole new crew.
No. You can just have him. It's okay.
Right,
look, you guys are dead though.
My name will just become Gerald now. I'll just be in the sands. It's good.
All right,
Randall, we're here for a job, buddy. Come on, man.
Randall's like, okay, great. We'll see you guys. As I like walk away, as Norbert like walks over them, and you hear like clunk, clunk.
Ooh, I have one more question to ask. What was the name of the man? Whose wife the knight was sleeping with?
Oh, his name was. That's a good question. Hold on, let me find my notes. I just closed them like a dummy.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. There was some crunches, and I thought we were done. His name was. Gwistle.
There's a little sparkle pace behind them. Every once in a while, letting a drip of water like land on the opposite shoulder from where he's standing, and then kind of like lean in on one side, like, "Oh, friend." And then I'll spray him in the back again, but then not down the pants, and then walk away.
All right.
Norbert pulls out a sword with a rock at the end of it from his barrel.
A sword with a rock at the end of it and crunches him. All right. With that, the assassins' lives are ended. and your job completed.
Man, friends, we did a terrible job of gathering information. We could have asked about this knight. Could have asked about his family, about his relations. In Rhymeview, we just said, oh, assassins killed him. Good, let's kill the assassins. That's the real question.
I mean, what was the job? The job was to avenge him, right?
Hey, look, there's still another live guy right there. I told you, he's pretending to be dead. That's why I tied him up with rope.
There's just a corpse with a rope now.
Is there any way we can squeeze this crystal? Or maybe a bit of gold, or information, or reputation, or do we ignore it? Walk away.
Do we know who this guy is? If he's like a big shot, maybe he's gonna send more assassins at us if he knows we killed him.
I think he's a noble. We might be able to get like an additional reward to be like, hey, we interrogated one of the guys, and that's what they said. But we kind of killed the informant. Like, look at the dead guy on the ground. Like, I don't know if they will care.
I mean,
give me
his family would
history
care,
check,
right?
Anyone.
I'll do it. I'm proficient.
All right.
Go for it.
Oh, let's see. Where's it at?
I'll give you. I can't really give you guidance for a history check.
You can't. Why?
It's more like for doing a task, right? Like skinning something, or this is the way I
It'd
imagine
just
it.
be a D20.
Nice.
He likes to roleplay that guidance is him standing over your shoulder telling you you're not doing it the right way.
Exactly.
Got it. Okay. All right. That's a 25.
A 25. The only Gwistle that you are aware of as you rack your brains is a Lord Gwistle Sand. These known as the ruler of Rustport.
Should we go to Rustport, call him the C word, and leave, or?
I don't know about that one.
Robert, calling him a child will do nothing. It'll just annoy him and piss him off.
Yeah, child. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Do you guys want to go to Rustport and push our luck, or shall we just leave?
Hell no! Look, look at all these shiny new crossbows we have. We have like each guy had a sword on him that we could probably take and sell for like 3 gold or something. Who knows? Look at all the money to be like looking at the giant pile of valuables we already have. Like, let's take the crossbows and get the hell out of here.
I do think. we
All
should-
right. How many crossbows do we get?
There were 4 assassins. So there are 3 regular crossbows, and then there's the magic crossbow.
Oh yeah. What kind of leather armor are they wearing? Are they wearing something fancy?
They are wearing.
Because they seem like they would be.
They're wearing
Right?
studded leather armor.
They're just very agile and quick.
Yeah. Let me
All right.
see. Okay. Doing math, sorry.
All right. Are you selling these at the Whitewater Merchant Company, Randall?
Yeah, of course. Just the 3 crossbows. I think the magic one is a magic item, right?
It is.
Okay.
Just the 3
They're-
crossbows. Perfect.
We'll just round them down to 12 gold each.
That's
If we do
half
have.
of their buying price. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's like 12.5, but like I don't got time to count silver.
Sounds good. All right. With that, you pack yourselves up and make the return trip to Rhymeview. Who hasn't rolled a whole bunch? Let's go with Solomon. On your first day of journey back to Rhymeview, go ahead and give me a D6.
All right. 5.
It's a 5. There is no encounter on your first day of travel. You make camp in the woods, sleep it off, get yourselves rested, and you begin the small, like, morning trek back to Rhymeview the second day. On the second day of travel, there is no encounter. And you make it back to Rhymeview with your treasure in tow and your mission completed. Congratulations, everyone. You turn in the like heads of the assassins or whatever mark you took for their successful depletion, and you are paid out by Lady Thunder Delver, as she will count out to you a number of gold coins that I am looking up now for your job.
It was 100.
It is indeed 100.
Does she want to buy additional information from us?
What kind of information are you talking about?
The person who sent the assassins, we were able to get that information from one of the assassins before we finished them off.
And how much is that gonna cost me, huh?
How much do you want to know that it was the Lord of Rustport?
God damn it!
Sounds like I just got that information for free.
Well, I mean, come on.
You know, for somebody as reputable as you, I thought you'd be more business savvy.
I have a good reputation because I like to deliver, okay? Look, how about you and I, we go talk this out over like steak and beer and we'll have a great time.
All right. That's what it costs for some information? I can make that happen. Where do you like your steak? As she starts marching off into the city.
Yeah, just like leave after getting you. I give you guys the money. We just like go on a date. You guys are like, what the fuck?
So that just happened.
All right. Is there anything else you want to take care of here in town, or shall we hit our wrap up for the session?
There is one thing that I definitely wanted to do.
All
As we
right.
get through the second day and it looks like we're safe, I want to take out my lovely spell book that sings Take on Me continuously. Let it sing in the background because everybody wants to hear it. And if they don't, then tough shit. I'm going to cast Detect Magic ritually, and then I'm going to cast Remove Curse on the book.
Very
and I'm
good.
not really worried about whether the curse goes away or comes back, but I want to study it and see what happens when
Give
I
me
know.
an Arcana intelligence check, as the curse does leave the book for the specified period of time, but eventually it does return and begins flapping its gums again.
14.
That is a 14. Very good. As you study this, you get the feeling, based on the research that you have done, that this book has the ire of somebody. Some powerful being has decided that a person or an object has made them very irritated, and it is that ire that fuels the curse upon this book.
Interesting. That's the information I wanted. Thank you.
All right. Well, with that, I guess we will wrap up our session for today. Thank you all for playing with me. I hope that you have enjoyed this this session. It was enjoyable for me. I'm going to add up your gold and your experience and get some reputation and items to you. But while I'm doing that math, I'm going to turn the floor over to you all so that you can give yourselves some shout outs, tell people where they can find you, what you got going on. And I will turn the floor over. Let's do a reverse camera order. So we will start with Garrett. You got any shout outs for us?
Not really. I just kind of hang out here in the mist. And good session. I know that next time when I go out, I'm going to bring Randall and Norbert with me, because that was basically, I just had to stand back and, cast Firebolt every so often to look like I'm doing something, and just kind of let them take care of things. I kind of know what it feels to be like Fizzle Spark now, having other people do your stuff for you.
It's really useful.
It is, yeah. I'm like, wow, this is actually kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
Just drop prone every so often.
All right. Well, thanks for playing. Hopefully it wasn't too boring standing back in the background.
Whatever keeps me alive.
Excellent. Let's send it over to Shadow. You got any shout outs for us?
You can find me every once in a while on Twitch TV / Scarlet Shadow with 2 W's as I play some Dragon Warrior Randomizer. Might not see a whole lot of stuff in the next couple of weeks because I'm preparing to move and packing up and purging my house, and there's not a whole lot going on. You can also normally catch me on Wednesdays with Greg and Apollo on Apollo_Nick's channel, but we're also taking a slight hiatus from that until we get our third season come up because we just wrapped up our second one. So you might see me, you might not, but that's where you can find me if you want to.
Alrighty. Thank you very much. I definitely will look forward to some more Dragon Warrior stuff. Seems good. Always fun to watch. Randall, you are next in our camera order. You got any shout outs? Or Soul Crusher, you got any shout outs for us?
I am both, but not at the same time. The only real shout out I've got is for you, man. Great session today. Thanks, I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
This is where you'll find me, is bothering Greg nonstop, asking like random questions and just doing whatever I think I can get away with. The best things I can get away with are having a good time and possibly giving away my extra gold to go for a date with Lady Thunderdelver, the tallest dwarf I know. Oh, that's it for me.
All right. And finally, we have Horo. Do you have any shout outs for yourself? We got anything going on?
Sure. So a big thank you, like always, to yourself for playing with us and for another epic session. I had lots of fun. Obviously, big shout out to everyone in the party. I appreciate the roleplay and everything else we had today. It was slightly different than what we usually have, but had lots of fun. So yeah, thanks.
Excellent. Very good. Well, I am ready to go for some rewards. So why don't we hand them out? We have for you 259 gold pieces each, 259. As well, I would like for each of you to take home 2,900 XP each. 2,900.
I am level 7.
Ooh, exciting.
Wow.
I just did 6.
Very fun. Very fun.
It speeds up from like 6 to 7.
Yep.
Like funnily enough.
With that, I would also like for you to take home plus 10 reputation with the Cold Iron Company, as well as a minus 5 reputation with the Midnight Consortium.
Oh no, minus 35.
I'm down to 20. Do you cap out at 99 or do we go to 100 for a rep?
I think we should go to 100 because not all of them, weirdly enough, in my prep, not all of them have the exact same like caps, right? Or do they all go 90 plus?
But do we go over 100 or no?
No, I did better than I thought I did. I changed them all to 90 plus. You can go to 99, you can go to 100, either way. Up to you.
Excellent.
I did better than I thought I did. When I first drafted these, some of them were like 99, some of them were 100, some of them were like 88. I mathed better. All right. We also have some magic items that you encountered. So I'll read through them all, and then we will roll to see who gets what. The first item that you ran into was a tan bag of tricks. This ordinary bag made from tan cloth appears empty. Reaching inside, however, reveals the presence of small fuzzy objects. The bag weighs 1/2 a pound. You can use an action to pull the fuzzy object from the bag and throw it up to 20 feet. When the object lands, it transforms into a creature determined by rolling a d8 and consulting the corresponding table. The creature vanishes at next dawn, or when it is reduced to 0 hit points. It is friendly to you and your companions, and it acts on your turn. You can use a bonus action to command how the creature moves and what action it takes on its next turn, or give general orders, such as attack your enemies. In the absence of such orders, the creature acts in a fashion appropriate to its nature. Once 3 fuzzy objects have been pulled from the bag cannot be used again until next dawn. For the tan bag, you can check this in the DMG. But this is a jackal, ape, baboon, axebeak, black bear, giant weasel, giant hyena, and a tiger.
A tiger.
Very good. Yeah.
El Tigre.
Excellent.
The next item that you found was the multi-shot bow. The multi-shot bow allows you to load between 4 and 6 crossbow bolts in the chamber at a time. Then you can fire them either one at a time, like a normal crossbow, giving you a regular 2-hit and damage. But as an option, you may choose to fire more than 1 bolt at a time, up to as many as you loaded in the case. For each additional bolt you fire, take a -2 penalty to the attack. This weapon does not benefit from strength or dex when dealing damage from a multi-bolt shot. Once all bolts that were loaded are fired, you must spend a bonus action to reload the 4 to 6 bolts before the weapon can be fired again.
I have a question, sorry.
Yep.
Just the way it functions. So if I want to shoot all of them together, it would be like -10 to hit, right? If there are 6 bolts
-2
inside.
for each bolt that you're firing at the same time.
Up to 6 bolts.
So if
Okay.
you shot 2 bolts at the same time, it'd be -4. If you shot 4 bolts at the same time, it'd be -8. And the maximum 6 would be -12.
And I have to declare this before I shoot, right?
Yes.
I'm assuming. And if I shoot one at a time, it functions
No
like
penalty.
a normal crossbow.
Yeah, it's like a normal crossbow.
Okay.
Is it magical?
It is magical.
Counting its resistances? Okay.
The next item that you found is a jug of alchemy. The ceramic jug appears to be able to hold a gallon of liquid and weighs 12 pounds, whether full or empty. Sloshing sounds can be heard from within the jug when it is shaken, even when the jug is empty. You use an action to name 1 liquid from the table below to cause the jug to produce the chosen liquid. Afterward, you can uncork the jug as an action and pour that liquid out, up to 2 gallons per minute. The maximum amount of liquid the jug can produce depends on the liquid you named. Once the jug starts producing liquid, it can't produce a different one or more of one that has reached its limit until next dawn. The liquids that the alchemy jug can produce are acid, basic poison, beer, honey, mayonnaise, oil, vinegar, fresh water, salt water, and wine. They all have different max amounts, such as 8 ounces of acid and 12 gallons of salt water. These are available in the Dungeon Master's Guide.
Speaking about poison, did we find any of the advanced poison the assassins used?
They used it.
Okay.
The next item that you found is the almost toy-looking shield. This is an animated shield. While holding the shield, you can speak its command word as a bonus action to cause it to animate. When it animates, it leaps into the air and hovers in front of you with an ethereal glow. It hovers in your space to protect you as if you were wielding it, but leaving your hands free. The shield remains animated for 1 minute or until you use a bonus action to end this effect, or you are incapacitated. At which point it falls to the ground or into your hand if you have one free. All right.
Is it a bonus action to activate?
It is.
Okay. If you are not proficient with shields, can you use it?
Yeah, why not? You're not like wielding
Yeah, I think it's
it, right?
it's one of the special. It's like one of the special magic items made by
Yeah.
wizards for themselves.
Yeah, I think it works. All right, so let's go back to the top. The tan bag of tricks. Would anyone like to lay claim to said tan bag of tricks?
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, I'd roll against it.
It's one of my favorite items in D&D, but you guys should have it.
All right. Let's get a D100 between Shadow and Garrett.
Nice.
Oh, that's a crit. He
That
crit.
was a very nice roll. Solomon, you will
Nice.
have one
Nice.
tan bag of tricks.
Cool.
The next item is the multi-shot bow. Who amongst you would like the multi-shot bow?
Is that considered a light crossbow?
It is a light crossbow, yes.
Okay.
I do not have the dexterity to use it. I would recommend one of you take it.
I don't think I have a proficiency slot to use it, so I will not roll.
Okay.
If you want it, Solomon, you can definitely take it. I already have like a cool, really cool ranged weapon. It's not as cool as shooting 6 bolts at somebody, but
Now the
Fizzle
effect.
Spark, sorry. Wizards do get light crossbow proficiency.
Yes,
It's one of your weapon
that
proficiencies.
now, but I will never hit anybody with it. So
Fair.
So the now I'm circling back to the -2. Is that per? So if I'm firing 4, it would be +2 on each one, or it would be +8 for all of them.
If you fire, I mean, the way it works is you make one attack roll.
Okay.
And for each bolt that you fire, if it's more than one, you'll take a -2. So if you shot
so that
4 crossbow bolts, you would roll
Mhm.
1d20 plus your dex plus your proficiency
Mm-hmm.
-4. And then if that hits, we roll damage for all 4 crossbow bolts.
Okay, so it's just one attack roll. Okay,
Just
that
one
makes sense.
attack roll.
Okay, yeah. I mean, if nobody will take it, I'll take it.
you should
Fine.
take.
All right,
Cool.
excellent. It is yours, Solomon. Please take the multi-shot bow. Would anyone like to lay claim to the Jug of Alchemy?
oh yeah.
Oh yeah, he says.
He
Anyone
wants
else?
that mayonnaise.
I want to offer someone like mayonnaise or barbecue sauce and just have a gallon of it.
I could not take this away from Randall. That would feel wrong.
Yeah,
Plus, I
that
already have my jug of water.
too many shenanigans are abound for
We
that.
can think of how many gallons of salt water we could have together.
The salty bros.
All right. It sounds like it's yours, Randall. Please take the Jug of
I just-
Alchemy.
Randall,
Thank
you and I are going to go hunting some giant slugs and just kill it with salt water or something.
Oh no.
Shrivel it down to nothing.
All right. And with that, we have the last item, the animated shield. Would anyone like the animated shield?
Oh yeah.
I have a question for you regarding animated shield, right?
Uh-huh.
Would I be able to use it with my shield master feat?
I don't think so.
I don't want to say yes because it feels like your shield master feat is like your prowess at wielding the shield yourself, and the animated shield is like wielding itself, right? So like the value that it gives you, I feel like would be separate than your like mastery of the shield.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So I lean towards no.
Okay. I was mulling the idea of going double wielding warhammers, and then this would help out with losing the magical shield. But yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
All right. So does that mean you're not interested in claiming it? Okay.
No.
So let's have Shadow and
All right.
Garrett roll again.
Oh no!
You rolled
But he
nice
crit,
twice.
though.
He's just critting so much. He's so good. He's so
Shadow,
nice at
you did roll a
rolling.
93 though. That is your animated shield.
Nice. Very
Okay.
good.
You need to go to the casino, man. Holy cow.
Basically.
21 black. All right. With that, we've come to the end of the stream. Thank you all very much for playing with me. Thank you, Twitch chat, for hanging out. I hope that you all enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. I will see you guys Saturday next week for our 46th episode. We are chugging along, getting real close to 50. And hope to see you then. If not, have a great rest of your day, night, week, whatever it is till I do catch you again. And I'll see you next time. Peace, everybody.
Peace.
Bye.
Right.
Bye.